Hello and welcome to the Road to Cheltenham live watch-along today, obviously for the December Gold Cup. Andrew's going to be along with us shortly. He's just covering half of Ireland to get across all of his kids' sports matches this morning, so he'll be here within the next hour or so. But at the moment, I'm joined by Jack, as always. Jack, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. A pleasure to be sitting with the 2024 Tipstar winner. I know how much you hate this talk on doing it. No, but no, I'm good. I did a decent day putting yesterday. I'm looking forward to today. Really good, really nice Saturday. Saturdays when Cheltenham's on, it's always better in it. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, special, isn't it? Whenever you go there, I loved obviously being there yesterday, not just for the fact of the competition, but just love getting down to that track. Yeah. Guys, when we first started this, we wanted to make it a lot more social and interaction. So by all means, get your comments in, your fancies. If you disagree with us, if you agree with us, whatever it may be. So yeah, just keep firing in your questions. But we'll crack straight on. Friday punting, you've returned to form, Jack. It's a bit unfair actually on you because you were flying in the winners last Sunday. I think you had 3 on the bounce. But yeah, 3 winners yesterday. So good week's punting so far for you, mate.
Yeah, three winners yesterday. Dundalk. I had finished in profit the last 2 weeks, but I was just scraping the barrel with a tiny bit of profit, which I don't normally like. I like to. I know I sound a bit big-headed, but I like to at least get 4 winners at Dundalk. Like you want to. And yeah, I sort of set my standards very high, and I sort of last winter, I think sort of people expect me to give them that now. And I've seen for the last 3 weeks, I've only been getting 2 winners, and I've just been scraping profit. But I had a very strong nap last night. Eclarage in the first 4 to 5. It's not normally my way of putting or just touching odds on, but I just knew this horse was going to win. I thought it would. God-given certainty. I thought the bookies got it completely wrong, and I did put a tweet out Thursday night saying that if you can get it anything close to even money odds on, just take it because it's also knock off that. I think he went off 1 to 3, maybe a bit shorter, and he ran away with it. He won very comfortably, but I had a decent bet on that, and then we have Viva Voice, didn't we? A horse you've been following for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been in my tracker. So those that have been following Anti-Post Angle, you'll have to excuse any interference. I'm at home alone with the puppy because the missus has abandoned me to Paris, so she's whining and whatnot. Anyway, yeah, Viva Voce, a horse that's been in the tracker for a while. Backed him last time out at 33s, so some nice place money. But if you hadn't, obviously my head was deep in the form for the 12.40 yesterday. So if you hadn't given me the nod, Jack, I might not have got on at the 9s because I hadn't even had a look at Dundalk. So thanks for that. And both had a nice winner, 9 to 1, decent price, wasn't he?
Yeah, very nice. Won it well as well. He won a tie comfortably, a bit comfortable than the distance showed. So maybe he could go in again. He may win another 2 or so. He could be on for a treble, I reckon. He was very unlucky last time. Off maybe he'll probably be about £2 higher than he was when he finished third. I think it was 2 weeks ago, so he could be the trainer's known for trying to get 1, 2 or 3 winners in straight away. So he might even be out on Wednesday, but we'll see. I haven't looked if he's entered, but yeah, we'll see. I think he'll win again, 100%.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, the £2 were taken off by was it Joe Cleary yesterday, which certainly helped. Yeah, I think he's probably still well handicapped as well. Our first race is 10 minutes away, Jack, so we'll just go through the watch-along Trixie very quickly. So everybody who's been following for obviously the first few shows will know that each of us put up essentially what's kind of our best bet or nap, and then we've rolled them up into a Trixie bet. We generally just do it to either a £4 each way or an £8 win stake. Obviously, adjust your own stakes accordingly. Andrew's not here to give his reasoning for Madara, but I know he's been keen on him. He's done a write-up for TalkSport on all the runners, I think, for the December Gold Cup. So head over to Halligan Racing if you do want to see his justifications for it. But, of course, he's been backed off the boards. He's got the best man in the plate. So, yeah, I think that he's obviously a decent bet. Skyjack Hijack, you mentioned him on our Monday show, Jack. You already fancied him, and he's shortening up nicely. Funnily enough, I'm taking on both Andrew's and Jack's selections over on Anti-Post Angle today. But I won't mind if they both go in as well as Feel the Need. But, yes, Skyjack Hijack, you think he can continue to string these wins together, mate?
Yeah, I do. I think the way he jumps Liam is just I've never seen a novice jump, and me and Andrew touched on them in our show on Monday night. I put him up there. I think he was like 11-4, so not a major difference, but 7-4, so a lot shorter. The way he jumps, Liam is. I've never seen a novice jump like it. He seems to win. He seems to win by 10, 15 lengths each time. But it's his jumping that gets him through it. It's his jumping that he gains a length or two at every single hurdle. And don't get me wrong, it's going to be a different challenge here at Cheltenham if he can get up the hill and all that. But listen, I'm willing to give him a chance. I think this horse would be really good. I seen him in the flesh at Aintree. I was against him that day. I backed. Who did I back? I backed a green old grey horse, cool. So I can't remember. Cool something anyway against him, and he Skyjack Hijack absolutely bolted him by about 25 lengths. I thought I had not been on the wrong end of the stick with him again, so I backed him the last 3-4 times where he's won. Yeah, I just can't be against him. I think he could be a very, very good horse. Listen, I might be wrong, but I think he's jumping, the way he runs, the way he travels. He just seems to do it with ease every time. And he's been off 35 pounds since the end of September. It just shows the improvement he's took over hurdles this season. I'm looking forward to it. I think he stands a really good chance. I really do.
He reminds me a little bit, and people may completely disagree. Well, first of all, I'll make a case for Feel the Need. I think he's well handicapped. He's only £2 higher than his last winning mark at York. He then followed that up and went close again with a second place finish. I know it's not part of the watch along, but there's no point in me putting something up that I don't really fancy. So obviously, hopefully we've got 2 winners in the bag, and then we can head off the stream and all celebrate together later if you fancy joining us with that bet. Skyjack Hijack. He reminds me slightly. I know he's a hurdler as opposed to a chaser. But I don't know if you remember Black Quarter. Jeremy Kyle was a part of him. He started at Worcester in the summer, and he ended up in a Ryanair chase and just kept stringing wins together and ended up in grade ones. I've got half a feeling he may have even won the Ryanair that year with Bryony on board. Do you remember that?
No, I think
I'll have a search. But
I think Percent Percy won it, didn't he?
No, Percent in Percy won the Pertemps definitely, and then won the Brown Advisory.
Percent Percy won he went the Gold Cup route, didn't he? Sorry. I'll have a look now, that quick.
He was beat over 3 miles by Percent in Percy.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting mistaken then. Was he beating the RSA, was he?
He quite possibly Cheltenham Old Course, 14th.
Yeah, the RSA, yeah, that's where I'm getting mistaken. And I knew he was beat by Present Percy, but I don't. I'm looking at you now. I don't think he won Ryanair. That's not mistaken. Yeah, no, I don't think he did.
I've made it up, I think. But yeah, he certainly ended up running in graded races anyhow. So yeah, I'm not sure if Skyjack Hijack can do the same. I'd just be a little bit concerned. I think this is his 5th run in 47 days. He's obviously going over the 3 mile trip each time. I know he's hacked up on a few of those occasions. But yeah, I suppose we'll get onto that race a little later anyway. So I'm putting dwelling on it now. We may as well start previewing our first row. You obviously wanted to jump on a little bit earlier, Jack. You were looking forward to these. I can't tell a lie. I've only had a look at a few of the races, so I'm reliant on you and Andrew to provide the winners in some of these today. So you were keen to get on early and start previewing and have a watch along with these first couple at Cheltenham. Is there something that you quite like in the 12-10?
Yeah, no, I just think it's a good race. I really do. I think Lavender Hill Mob is James Owens. I screened the board with him, saying he's probably one of the best horses he's got in the yard. He disappointed massively at Newcastle. At Newcastle. The last day, I think it was just to get him around there, get him used to the hurdles. I think he'll come on a bunch for it. Ambient Amigo, he's absolutely smashed by Opec, but Opec will be a really good horse. And then we've got Gavin Cromwell bringing Total Look over. He was second behind Prairie Angel. I really like Prairie Angel. Then he won Beyond Your Dreams last time out in November. I think he was at Navan. Yeah, I think it was at Navan. He won him by half length, but he done it at Cosley. He's trying to carry top weight here. Well, not top weight, but top weight out of the 3 I've just mentioned. I really like him. He's seen a shit ton of money. I ticked him up on the preview we're done with Joe on Thursday. I think he was, I want to say 7-2, 4-1, 6-4 now. So the price is gone. But I just want to give a mention to Terra Firma to see me also just mentioned theirs has been smashed in. This one's on the drifter, but he's 14-1 now from 8-1. But I really like this one of the Stalbians saying that very, very eye-catchingly done easily enough. Jumped, was just done by the better horse. I think he'll go on bunch for this. The owners won this race last year with and Brandon. Look, I'm not even going to try and say, but you know what also mean? Brandon. Yeah, you know what I'm also mean. Won it last year, this race. But I think I want to see a bit of money, but I just think it's a quality race. Like all similar horses. Obviously wanting to get the mark that obviously wanting to see where they are for the Triumph or the Boodles, but I just think it's a race you need to watch because you could see a good horse come out, and it's a very competitive race as well.
No, absolutely. James Owens obviously performing really well with these horses coming off the flat and then sending them hurdling. Obviously, Burdett Road hacked up, didn't he, in the Greatwood? And he was a pretty short price before he was hammered by Sergino last year at Cheltenham. And then, of course, he's had East India Doc, who was really impressive. So I think he'll be a yard on the up and one to bear in mind. So, yeah, that's interesting. I don't have a particular angle into this race, to be honest, Jack. So I'm glad that you do. So if anybody wants to follow him in, then by all means do so. Just before we get punting for the day, Jack, I thought it might be worthwhile, as we're going to have a few minutes, just to talk around staking plans. I just wondered how you go about it. Obviously, most will know that I just tend to bet to level stakes, to maintain discipline so that you don't chase at the back end of any given month because you're trying to pursue profit. But yeah, how do you go about it, Jack? Do you do multiple points? Do you have a particular staking plan? How would you go about it?
Sorry, Liam, 1 second. Let me just watch this race at Fairy House. Oh.
You want something?
Yeah, I was on Kiltar Caranisi. Just done on the line, you bastard. 10-1. Sorry. Yeah, mistaken plan. I'm similar to you. Just a point on most, unless I'll let you know if I fancy a strong bet. I touched on it. Jumped on with the Rain and lads the other day, and we spoke about the staking plans with no anti-post wise. I want to try and find like 3, 4, 5 horses to go to war after Cheltenham, who I'll keep chipping away at all season. And then I'll have a small, I call them outsiders, so a small outsider bet on 1 or 2 of them in the same race to try and cover me stake. So I'm open, say the Ryanair, for instance. I'm going into the festival with the first, second, and third favourite at double figure prices. Do you know what I mean? Similar. I'll try and make an example. The champion chase this year. My big horse that I chipped away out was El Fabiolo. Obviously from like 6-1 down to 5-4, and then he was too short when he was odds on. But my 2 outsiders was John Bon and Captain Guinness. So obviously John Bon never went. So I was sort of hoping. I thought El Fabiolo was 1-5. I thought he'd win, but obviously he never. But obviously I covered myself with El Fabiolo falling because my other outsider was Captain Guinness. I think I had like 50-1 on him. Only a point, but it just covered me and it gave me profit on the day. So I just try and find 4 or 5 horses that I'll chip away at all season and keep betting, keep backing, because horses that you know are going to go there. So, for example, one of them now is Corbett's Cross for the Ryanair. That's one of my ones right now. I'll keep chipping away, and I'll try and find 1 or 2 others to like diverse. So if Corbett's Cross goes off favourite, I'm hoping I can have the second, third favourite to try and cover myself.
It's interesting. Paul Beck, I think it was actually on one of your spaces pre-Cheltenham, somebody was making a point, it was a back and forth, and somebody was making the point of, well, why would I bother backing something that I don't know if it's going for the race at 25s when I can back it at 5-1 on the day? And his response was, well, you could back 4 of them at 25s and have 4 horses running for you at once of 5-1. So you've got, I don't think there's a credible answer to that, apart from the fact that obviously you need to be backing them in the right race and they need to get there. I think the comment of the day so far goes to Danny. There should have been a 4-minute silence to watch David Maxwell on board.
Did they get beat? I'm guessing they got beat.
I'm not sure. I think it was about one.
What was the other comment as well while I was talking? I couldn't read it because I was talking. There was another comment I couldn't.
Oh, that was from Chris. Yeah, he said that he looks forward to the show each week. And well done to myself. Thank you very much, Chris.
Nice one, Chris. Thanks. Yeah, I had Kilsar Kalanisi there in the 12 o'clock. Yes, Joe. I actually heard it from Joe's podcast with Andy and Zech. Listen, anything you know about me, like I hate people that like won't give credit for anyone else. Like, I'm not listening to anyone in the world. My opinion is the best way, and that's it. Listen, there's a few good judges out there like yourself, Joe, Andy and Zech, who I will back their horses because I know the knowledgeable lads. And Andy fancied one of them. He was like 14-1. I jumped on at 10-1 there. It went off 7-2 favourite. Just been done on the line.
Oh, sickener. I'll do something similar, Jack. What I won't like to do is see what anybody's tipping or put up prior to me having a look at the cards.
Yeah.
Like after then seeing what people who I respect have put up, so it reinforces my own opinion. Some people's tips I haven't got access to. They're perhaps behind a paywall or something like that. Joe won't like you saying that.
Sorry, not Joe.
I was going to say, if me, Jack, and Andrew are struggling for a winner at any point today, just check the comments, and if it's anything like the last 2 weeks, Joe will have one for you. So yeah, there are some good tips behind paywalls in actual fact, Jack. However, I do like seeing what other people have put up. Katie Midwinter tips very similarly to me. I spoke to her yesterday. Again, somebody else that was very helpful and helped everyone answer any questions. She tends to play at the bottom of the market, so I usually check her tips. The likes of Darryl Carter, as you say, Andy and Deck are very good judges. But yeah, there's plenty of info out there. I wouldn't follow any one tipster, which sounds stupid, doesn't it? When you are tipping, but don't.
I'm exactly the same. I know a few knowledgeable lads like yourself and all that. I'll look myself, and if I don't have an opinion and I see a race, I'll listen to see what you think, see what the other lads think. Because, like, similar to Alex, I know a load of lads listen to my Dundalk picks. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a genius, but I know they trust my knowledge at Dundalk. That's exactly the same as what I think about Andy and Deck and Ireland. Like, when they're bullish on one, like, you've got to listen because they are good lads.
Yeah, no, completely agree. Hopefully a superstar comes out of this field. Then obviously they're off at Cheltenham. Where are you sat at the moment, Jack? Are you held up?
He went off 5-4 favourite. There he is, the grey, and under them jumping the first now, and the grey with the black and yellow.
Black and yellow. Ah, okay. A typical kind of Keith Donoghue ride then.
Yeah.
Nicely held up.
Stalked on the incline by Quantock Hills. And then Lavender Hill Mob continuing to track the leading pair. A handy third.
Yeah, Keith Donoghue, yeah. Well, 5-4. I put him up at like 7-2, 4-1 at the on the preview with Joe the other day.
Now they make the downhill run.
You want anything here?
3 hurdles in a line.
No, mate. There's nothing for me in this. Just a watching brief, really. I couldn't have parted with any money on this. Enough research, just heads been in the form book for obviously yesterday.
Look from Terra Firma.
Gone off at 11-8. Say it was 3-1 earlier in the week, Jack.
4-1, 7-2 was, I think. I might be wrong, so don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure it was 4-1 when I put it up.
Not the most fluent.
What's that all about?
What?
See what it says.
Someone's seen you for a grand.
I've certainly not got anyone saved in my phone as suspected scam.
That's the first I've seen that.
Halfway and heading towards the flights right there on the far side.
I've just flicked the commentary on, Jack, and now my phone's gone off from a London number, so
what? What's it?
You stuck the commentary on, and then my phone started buzzing. What does it to do with that?
To make a move as they cross the third last. Mistake from Ocean Conquest, who's dropped back.
Shall I turn it off, or is it all right on?
Amigo, Terra Firma.
I'd save it for the bigger races later.
Halfway is just beginning to recover a little poise.
If we're going to chance our arm. Also, you'll probably just be delayed through to people that are watching.
Oh yeah, I forgot you work for Racing TV now as well, don't you? Fuck.
Well, I don't know about that. I've got a short-term contract, part-time gig. Being niggled slightly, Jack. You happy or happy enough?
Yeah, sitting comfortably.
Having all right, isn't it?
Yeah, I mentioned this Lavender Hill mob. Oh, he's trying to get closer now. This Lavender Hill mob is just.
He's latched back on.
Yeah.
Needs to hurdle better. Needs to hurdle the last couple better.
Yeah, he's going well. Like he's coming to the outside now. What's this in the middle? What's that? It's going well, like, innit? Don't fuck this up, Keith, please.
That's Quantock Hills. James Bowen won. Get great tricks. Easy for me to say. I think you've got him, haven't you?
Go on. Do you think so? Big jumpy head. Don't fuck it up. Oh, he stepped on it.
Yes. Brilliant, Keith.
Go off, I'll tell the favour.
He's staying on well. Staying on really well. Come on. Oh, it's closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, jumping there down there, didn't it, for man?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, I hope Terra Famous got there up there because did he? Oh, just beat, I think.
It's tight, isn't it?
Yeah. The commentators think he's won. I don't think he has. I hope he's won because Joe tipped him up 14-1. I mentioned them before, didn't I? As like a one to look at.
Sorry, the commentator thinks that the Grey Tricks horse has won.
No, yeah. No, the commentator thinks Terra Famous won. I don't think he has.
Oh, do you know? I think he's definitely got there. I do. I don't see. Well, I suppose it's hard, obviously, to compare the form. But I don't know. Might be a more likely Boodle source in that, perhaps.
Total luck, jump and just let it down, couldn't it? Absolutely cruising.
It did. Irrelevant of that, though, Keith Donoghue, how well does he ride Cheltenham? It's incredible, isn't it? Yeah. He's so good. I'm sure, obviously, we'll touch on it on our listen along on the space.
1 point, it's close, 1.8 for Terra Firma, 2.1 for the Quantock Hills.
I'm sure we'll touch on it on Monday, so we won't discuss it too much. But his ride on Stumptown yesterday?
You'll probably be up more. You'll probably get up more on the weight for that ride than he would have been for winning by 5 or 6 lengths.
Possibly.
Honestly,
I suppose the handicapper has to guess how much is more how much more in the bonnet. But I suppose you can't guess. You can only put him up based on what you've seen with your own eyes. It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Look where he's come from nearly, and he's 4th at the last.
Yeah. Obviously, again, the transition now to the new course after being on the old for the October-November meetings, it suits. If they go too quick up front, it obviously suits those that are staying on. Whereas, as you saw in October, I don't think there was a single horse that didn't go from the front or was prominent that won. It couldn't be more opposite. Yet the courses are only a few yards apart.
I think this is a dead heat,
What's the exchange saying?
2 miles. He's like extra high.
I'm just on it now. What we got? We've got 2.04, 1.89.
Yeah, Quantock Hill's been.
Quantock Hill was set to OPEC.
He's drifted all over the track as well there.
Yeah, wandering, isn't he?
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the outcome of the photo finish for first place. First is a dead heat.
Dead heat?
Oh. The dead heat was priced up.
Dead heat? Jesus. What a start. See, he's worth jumping on early for him.
I know, yeah.
He was on terra firma, so he deserved the chance.
Oh, I did think he got his head in front in the orange, so...
I thought he got beat, you know. Honestly, I'd take a Daddy because 18-1 he went off terra firma. Joe was really keen on him on the shoulders tonight. Terra firma.
Oh, there we are. So at least there's one winner already from a watch-along contributor.
Keep total look in your tracker for the Brules, maybe.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah.
He'd travel like the best horse in the race, just jumping there and down. To be honest, I think he slowed down before. I think he struggled to get up deal anyway, to be honest.
Quite possibly. We'll flick over to Doncaster. I'm not sure if you had much of a look at this race, Jack. Do you fancy much in the 12.25?
Let me have a look.
2 mile 3, novices handicap chase.
I think is this the race where Park Anaside is running in?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Been off since I backed him in sorry, he hasn't been off. I backed him at Haydock last year and he come third. It's a bit disappointing. He kept on well. No, the race that Steel Alley won a few weeks ago when I tipped him up, where he just pummeled out in front of me for Haydock.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that race is he caught my eye from that race. He was always behind there, but he sort of stayed on, was taking on beating horses at the line. He just caught my eye whether he'd got something else in mind or not. I'm not sure, but
that was the race won by Steel Alley, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think he finished 6th, maybe 7th, but he kept on very well. Caught my eye. Sean Flanagan's on him as well, which is a bit of a mad one because normally Ben Bromley on him. I'm not sure if he's injured or what, but yeah, I'd have a little league trail on him. Yeah, I think Sky Bet offering every extra places.
There you are. There's a bit of money coming for him at the moment. The 12s is starting to disappear across the board, so he's a general 11-1, 10-1 shot. The favourite seems pretty solid, and a bit of money for Classic King as well. The rest are weak. If I was going to have a swing at one at a huge price, it would most likely be Bold Reaction for me. I'd probably back him each way. He's seen a little bit of money. He's now off a mark of 112, £3 lower than his hurdle rating. 3rd of 4th and 14 of 8. So 2 quite poor runs late. But he was 2nd prior to that. On good ground, which it's good to soft, I think, at Doncaster today. And that 2nd of 12 was over course and distance. It was quite literally this race. No, it wasn't. Sorry, he was on the hurdles course. But yeah, so obviously he's got a bit of course form around here. So I'd probably have a little bit of a swing at him. But again, it's just one to watch for me.
What was that one again? Sorry.
Bold Reaction.
Oh yeah.
Paul O'Brien.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's see.
Come on, Joe, get in the comments. You're going to go 2 from 2. What do you fancy?
This race is a little forward from where it was for the 2 mile 4 race.
Tingo did get beat. David Maxwell got beaten on 1-9.
No, we did not. Did he actually?
And he's just commented there then.
Oh, sorry. Now I know what Danny's message relates to.
Yeah, fucking hell, he was beat by 10 lengths as well.
Did we finish in the frame? How many runners were there?
From 2nd.
Okay.
That was on good.
There was 8 runners. 1-9, fucking hell.
They're the sort of ones that I like laying, to be honest, now and again. The Enabler, he was 1-9 before he was beat last time out by Jasmine DeVoe, wasn't he? But on his first start over hurdles, I think it was for Gordon, or certainly his first start this season, he was 1-9. And I had to just have a few quid to lay him. I just don't think any horse, unless you're Frankel, but maybe should be. Well, no, not even Frankel, should be that price. But.
Against
1-9.
Nice winner at Newcastle for Ruth Jefferson. She loves to plot one. 18-1 winner's just gone in up there.
Ruth Jefferson.
Fortnight ago.
Right, so let me just get my laptop set up here. So I've just got everything prepared. So I'm sort of just. I have one laptop with the racing on, one laptop with my camera on. I've got my telly with Sky Sports on, and I've got I tried to like flick around, but
Jack, we do not promote other channels on here. Racing TV only, please.
right.
Yeah,
Sean said he'll jump on for a bit. He's just setting up. He said, he said give him 10 minutes.
Oh, perfect. So for those that don't know, Sean done from the finishing line. So we'll swap Andrew out for a nicer and better judge.
Better one under it on. So
you ever been further north, Jack, to any more northern tracks? Any you recommend, or you tend to just Haydock, Aintree? And obviously, I've met you at Cheltenham.
Haydock, Aintree. I've been Chester a few times, but I won't go again. I hate it. I think it's the worst track ever. Apart from that, youth Toxter have been once. There's not that. They just don't entertain me. Liam, I'd rather just watch it in the house. Like I did a little thing once, like a year ago, when I was like, do I take leave work for a bit, I had a bit of savings and just go around all the race courses and like travel. Like what's his name that does it? That lad on Twitter, Mike, what his name is.
Yes,
I think he's local for me as well, to be fair. Similar to what he does, and I was wanting to go and do it, and I don't know. To be honest, I don't even know why I didn't. Obviously Jess got pregnant and that, and I think that was just sort of some of the reason behind it. But I didn't end up doing it. But I'm looking forward to when Luca's a bit older. I'm gonna start taking him around everywhere, just me and him, taking racing. But I need to. I need to start exploring other tracks. Like I want to go up to by Newcastle and like go to Carlisle and all that.
Yeah.
And I need to do it because I can't just keep going. I go to every Haydock meeting, every Aintree meeting, and then the odd Cheltenham meeting. But I need to try and switch up a bit.
I just imagine me having that conversation with my missus. I'm going to chat me job in. What are you going to do then? I'm just going to go racing every day. Fall at the first. Oh, mate, that would not go down well.
Yeah.
Just provide a little bit of commentary, Jack. I'm just going to nip to the toilet. Probably should have gone before we started. Yeah. Sorry.
So,
however, mate, you have now got some company. Sean, how you doing? Welcome.
How you doing, lads? Not too bad.
Yeah, Sean, you okay? Liam's just ran the toilet. Do you have anything in the first?
No, I just caught the end of it there. Dead Heat, what's it called at the end?
Yeah, Terra Firma and Quanton something. Dead Heat. That Terra Firma come from absolutely nowhere. It was 15-20 lengths behind the leader, comes at the last and just bolts up the hill.
That infamous Cheltenham Hill. It takes forever when you're on the one out in front, and anyways, and it just feels like it's getting longer and longer and longer.
I was on the Cromwell's one, and he travelled into the race. You know what Keith Donaghue's like when he's riding on? He's absolutely cantering on one, and he just jumped terribly. I'm going to keep my eye on him for the Boodles, maybe. But he just let him down. He travelled like the winner a long way out and just never got home. The bad mistake at the last.
I feel bad for that James Owen horse. He was given the jinx of a lifetime when.
Have we been talking about this before?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's been given the jinx of a lifetime, and they come out and say they have one better. I always just say to myself, "Boy, have you even talked about it?" Yeah.
You talked about that before. That horse is not. I actually mentioned before saying just keep an eye on it, see how it goes, because James Owen's meant to be pretty keen on it, but now it's not shite.
Yeah, I'm just clicking onto the racing now.
Yeah, but on the Doncaster race, yeah, Liam likes. Well, he doesn't like. We just had a little quick look and just Liam likes bold reaction. For the Pogsons, and I like Park Anaside, but it looks like Park Anaside's just laid up at the back. I did say not to have a punt because he might have something else in mind. He just caught me eye last time I read up, but we'll see how he goes. I haven't had the bet on it. Like it was just a quick glance. What's your what's your main bet today then? Any big fancies?
Yeah, I had three coming into today. We were doing the podcast during the week. The first one runs down Peaky Boy. Him, and then I had Madara. Got him at some noise. He's been well supported now. I took some muggy each way when he was 11-2, 6-1, and then Joe Use in the last. I think off a mark of 119. God, I'd fall down on the floor, I think, if she doesn't end up 125, 130 by the end of the season. I just think that the hurdle that she ran in the last day, like Celtic Dino, was a good horse. You had Wade out, Ollie Murphy's, two solid novices around her there, and she just looked as if maybe she come on for a run a little.
Oh, he's gone.
Frozen up.
Well, I was literally just going to say, I hope he has a good day, because if he has a good day, I'll have a good day, because I fancy them myself. Sorry, Sean, you froze then, mate. I don't know what happened.
I was just saying Joy Use, so I just think the step up and trip will help her, and good form down the book the last day, and the first time out she beat Tutti Quanti. I just don't know how the British handicapper's been lean on a couple of days, and 119 I think is definitely workable.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Tell you what, Liam Park Hannasad's got a fucking chance here.
Ah, he hasn't.
Oh no, he fell! Oh, I fell the second last, you bastard.
The WatchAlong curse.
No. As soon as I said that, he fucking fall. I don't think
that's the commentator's jinx, Jack. That's it. If Peaky Boy's jumping well, don't open your mouth.
Nasty one.
I'll tell you what,
I don't think he
Bold Reactions landed flat-footed after every single fence, and he's going to end up grabbing a place here at this rate. There's obviously the field's been decimated by 4.
Yeah, this Kaluki boy is going to hose in, isn't he?
Yeah, looks that way. Certainly is.
Yeah, I don't think Park Hannasad would have won that race, would have won that winner, but I thought we would have got a place. Hopefully yours ran into a place, Liam. I think it was 18-1, wasn't
it? Yeah, 16-18s. Oh, no, he hasn't.
No, bastard.
Definitely hasn't.
Right, so we move on to what's the next race? We've got one of the Fairy Houses that's off now, but Beyond Your Dreams, isn't it? We've just mentioned there. Sorry. So, what was the horse that finished Beyond Your Dreams before that I mentioned?
In the 1240?
Yeah, Matt, total luck beat Beyond Your Dreams last time out. No, the one I've just fancied then at Cheltenham.
Yeah.
Beyond Your Dreams is running now at the Fairy House.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, if someone was to ask me what do I do with that horse, I'd say it's definitely probably looking at a Boodles. This is like perfect ideal stuff, getting beaten 2 times and all of a sudden you just win on your tour, and next time he's probably stuck to the floor somewhere else.
Yeah, definitely.
So the 1240 Peaky Boy, this is one of your main fancies for the day. Funnily enough, I'm not sure if it was a slip of Nicky's fingers when he was actually entering up his horses for the weekend, but he was declared for the race that Coldwell Potter went in yesterday, and then around about 10 minutes before declarations closed, Nicky then pulled him out, and Nico was jocked up on him as opposed to Django Bay, which I thought was interesting. Obviously, I'm sure that Nico will be happy with the fact that they separated the pair, because I'm not sure if anything would have beat Django Bay yesterday.
Yeah, no, he was very good.
No, not on. But I like Peaky Boy. He's actually on the Tifter, isn't it? He's 13-8 now. He's been 11-8 for the last 2 days. I think his only danger is Isaac de Zobo. I fancied him at Chepstow. I think he may just need the run. I think he'll reverse the form with Horty-Clare and destroy the evidence. I think he'll come on for the run. And just a quick mention to Hillcrest. Hillcrest, he was 9-1 last night. He's 28-1 now, so don't expect anything special. But he ran an absolute storm in the graduation chase after about 4 years off the track. I don't even know how long ago. I think it was 2.5 years off the track. Just see how he goes. He was a fucking quality horse. He went off favourite the Albert, didn't he? But for pulling up and being injured, but he's obviously on the list. But I think this is all about Peaky Boy me. I think he'll take a while to beat here.
There's a lot of him to organise, isn't there? Hillcrest, he's got a big old frame.
Yeah, he jumped well as well. Round Haydock, he just got a bit tired coming to the in between the second last, coming to the last, got a bit tired. Sort of jogged to the line, but I think he'll come up for that.
I think he possibly might like a little bit more cut in the ground, you think, as opposed to this.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think that probably explains the drift as well, to be fair.
Yeah, so Peaky Boy, there is a bit of 5-4. He's certainly been well back since Dex anyway. But yeah, no bet in this for me. But both of you, Peaky Boy, think they all go in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think, look, you're looking at him, I think he's screaming for a step up and trip. To me, I thought, although you had a couple of other horses, I know Shannon Bob has been beaten and stuff, but I just thought this lad screamed at a 3 mile chaser out of Henderson's, and he's come on so much. And I think maybe the ground a little bit quicker, the extra distance is probably going to help him going up and trip. And he was good the first day going to A to B. He's not exuberant, so that's why I'm thinking staying trips is going to be his bag. Like getting from A to B around there, you don't want to be wasting too much energy. One thing I will say is that Hottie Colors, he jumped very well around Aintree, very, very well. But I just think if there's a possible graded horse among this field, I'd say it's Peaky Boy. And obviously the market explains that he's just above 6-4 now. He's well found, and I just think the step up and trip and possibly being that grade 1 horse in the field.
Fair enough. Obviously, there's a bit of a reverse in the weights, isn't there, between Destroy the Evidence and Haiti Colors after the Chepstow run. So do you imagine that he'll revert that form when he beat him there?
Yeah, look, I thought Haiti Colors was very good the last day around Aintree. Like, he jumped around there for joy and put them in, and I think jumping counts for an awful lot. Destroy the Evidence, I didn't like the way he was worried out of that race at Newbury. Maybe everyone got excited. I think we all thought that this was going to be the Chianti Classico of the season. So I was just a little bit worried the way he was put out of that race the last day. When he won at Chepstow, I think everyone thought that's where I was saying the Chianti Classico from. But I was left a little bit disappointed after that run the last day.
Fair enough. There's
you seen that then? Beyond Your Dreams, did you watch it?
I didn't know, mate. I've still got. I need to channel flip.
Ran through the last 2, went 66-1 in running, and still got up on the line. Honestly, God, just about on the line. Honestly, the last 2, 66-1 in running he was. I've just been checking it then while Sean was talking. Anyone watching us has probably just seen me go like that because he got up on the line. The reaction to it. But he tumbled through the last 2. I thought, oh my God, he's beat. No way he's winning from there, and he fucking still won. That is a Boodles also all over that.
It's magic what happens when Mr. JP has some cash there on the horse, isn't it?
They always find a way.
These are the views of Sean Dunn and do not reflect the views of Racing TV.
Racing TV on back.
Yeah, sorry. Big congratulations on that, Liam. Fair play. You were excellent yesterday. I tuned in. Big credit to you. Definitely deserved. The thing I want to ask, but really, is that you obviously kept the check and gave the trophy away?
I did keep the check, yes.
And he dropped them.
just for the comedy value of it, I thought that Sharon would prefer the trophy. And I did say to her, I've got a friend who runs a printing company, so I'm sure if I send it to him, I can get exactly the same thing mocked up. And I said I'd post one to her. So I haven't had time to speak to him yet.
Just make sure you change them figures on the check so you can cash in the 1,000.
Yeah. Well, I think the fact that it says payable to Liam Firkin and Sharon Hamilton on it means that we'd have to set up a joint account anyway in order to get anything paid out from you. I don't think her husband or my missus will be overly pleased about that.
So. Martin's Wire on Racing TV last night.
Say it again, Jack. Sorry.
I was watching Racing TV last night from Dundalk, and they showed it. They showed yous again, and they showed yous hugging at the end, and it come off, and Martin's Wire went, Jesus Christ! I thought that was a dating show. On Racing TV.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I sent a picture to Andrew saying, fucking hell, I'm trying to enjoy my fucking Friday night at Dundalk and all I can see is Liam on my fucking telly.
Yeah, no, it's a good day. I'd recommend anyone who's considering entering, just do it. I almost bottled it, to be honest. I'd left it to last minute. I was meant to be proposing to my missus. Well, I said meant to be. I did. So
priorities here, Liam, isn't it? There's a career in racing TV and engagements.
Yeah, exactly. And it was for Challenge 2. It was to preview a race, and I couldn't get it under 60 seconds. And so I just messaged my old man. I said, I can't keep it to under 60 seconds, so I'll just do it next year. And he said, just do it. So just get it done. He said it takes 60 seconds. It's fine. He said, what else you can do? Just pace around the house. I was like, yeah. So yeah, I did it, and then obviously I didn't even think I'd have any chance of winning it in truth, but yeah, no, and then just from there, just a load of research, and yeah, no, really happy. And then you're with Nick Luck and Dan Barber one day. I can't lie, lads, it's a bit of a crash back down to earth with you pair of
Does this mean you second think everything you say on this show as well? You have to just double check to make sure you're not crossing any red tape.
I'm going to be honest, yeah, I am thinking like that. Great. Stop swearing, Jack. Stop swearing, Jack.
Me and Andrew been wilding him before we Sean saying 2 more days and then he'll never speak to us again. 1 more day.
Yeah, Liam, if you ever want someone to say a horse is stuck to the floor, just drop me a message. I can do it for you. What's that new term they say on racing TV nowadays? Maybe there's bigger days ahead.
Getting called Mr. Big Time, and I hadn't even turned up at Cheltenham, and these pair of saying I take longer than 10 minutes to reply to a message, and they're both on me at it. All good crap. To be honest, they kept distracting me yesterday, so it was a welcome.
Yeah.
We just fucking him. He said to message last night, sorry lads, I'll catch up with the group chat in a bit. And we said, I don't fucking bother, we're just fucking sat chatting anyway.
Just out for a 5-course a la carte meal with my mates Dan
and Nick.
Nicky and Danny, yeah.
Sorry lads, I just have morning with Nick Knuckle in the morning. I won't be on the show.
Anyway.
Yeah, they're just off here now.
I'll be interested to see how Hillcrest goes off the break. Obviously, there was so much promise from him, wasn't there, over hurdles until he had his setbacks.
And now with the run under his belt, we'll see how he turns up. But like you said, Liam, with the drift, maybe the ground that he would want it a bit heavier, wouldn't he? The ground, he wanted a bit more juice in the ground. Right, we've got 2 miles. I'll be back in 2 tracks. Well.
As they move downhill on the approach to the second. Beachcomber with plenty of gusto. Just took a couple of lengths out of the field. They move on towards the water for the first time, scheduled to jump it a couple of times on the way round. Beachcomber working across to Moon d'Orange and destroy the evidence in the red and yellow.
Oh Jesus, something dropped the front of the order there. How's it destroy the evidence with it?
Peaky tracks the leading trio. Peaky Boys right down in the inner under Nico de Boinville. Then Living on Luco and Hillcrest wide as they take the first of the open ditches. Isaac de Zobo a little disorganised. The red and white is racing towards the rear of the field with Transmission as they move on fairly sharply.
I thought Peaky Boy was impressive at Cheltenham at the November meeting, was it, Sean?
Yeah. First time out the November meeting, yeah.
Yeah,
the horse was at Westerner in the park. I did see him. Maybe he wasn't declared or he's been pulled out and on runner, but he was in. I was interested to see where, because I know they obviously lined him up. They had a good bet on him the first day, when he was dropped in the handicap company, and then I thought he actually ran very well to finish out close to Peaky Boy. I thought maybe he just had that one day in mind, and then just try and get the mark back down. But I'm happy out here now, looking at these. He's trying into a good rhythm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I was on him that day as well. He was entered up again for the same race as Caldwell Potter, but wasn't declared. I was hoping for quite a big field in that, to be honest. Like, it turned out to be anyway. And I'm assuming it was, well, he wasn't even, I'm not sure if Caldwell Potter would have scared a few off, but well, evidently he wasn't the one they should have been.
Yeah. And you know what? Actually, I was saying on ours, like, that Django Bay, like, ultra consistent, like 4th, 2nd every single run last season. And I actually, coming into the season, I thought when he won our Ascot, like, what he done the first day, to race so wrong and still fend off something to finish. I said, like, there's definitely some promise in that run. And then he's got beaten up at Kelso, and you sort of just takes the gloss off him a little bit. But he was unlucky at Aintree. He should have won our Aintree in the handicap, and he shot back down. And he's definitely taking the fences. Like, it's a bold move to go to Cheltenham first time out on your chase debut. But when you're ridden up in the van like that and he's jumping for joy, you could sort of understand he must have been showing the right signs in the schooling yard at home.
Absolutely, yeah. Which is what I couldn't understand. Again, it must have just been a slip of the finger, and there's probably nothing to it. It's a bit of a moot point now because it doesn't matter because he didn't go for the race.
from the
Well,
left.
I was jocked up on him for that 12:40 until 10 minutes before decks closed, which and Jake, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe they think that they're both very smart or just as smart as each other, or one shows more at home than the other. James Bowen obviously has got a good relationship with Django Bay because he won his first grade one on board.
Yeah.
Had something to do with it as well. But yeah, more than likely, it's probably just a Nicky making a mistake.
Yeah, printer machine wasn't in good nick that morning.
Maybe 3 lengths back to transmission.
So, Sean, what are we thinking of you, mate? On yours, what are you thinking?
I won't say the dreaded commentator's jinx, but he's good in that department. So far, he's come off the rail and he's in a nice position, just sitting in behind there. I'm happy out so far, to be honest, Jack.
Yeah, Hillcrest just made a bad mistake there.
Niggles, is he? Most of them are. He's going okay. Nico's strike rate at the moment's a joke. He's absolutely flying.
He's like half play to him.
Another mistake from Hillcrest there. Quickly on towards another plain fence. And it's Haiti Caleur from Moon d'Orange. Peaky Boy.
He's jumped out one well.
He's very nice out in front, the second Fav Haiti Caleur.
Yeah, I think Nico's pulled out there.
He's after Zobo, probably on another day in mind if he was watching this, yeah.
I think he made a couple of mistakes early, Jack. I think he might have hit 1 or 2.
Maybe. I've missed. Yeah, he's fucked.
I'm actually happy Nico's moving up here, not just letting this lad have a free one. Because it was a bit frivolous.
He absolutely bolted it. You see last day,
yeah.
Some progress from the rear as Haiti Caleur continues to press
bad mistake.
Continues to string them out. Another mistake from Hillcrest. I reckon that's done for him. He's being pulled up, and Isaac DeZobo
is a big fence now coming down the hill.
Big jump needs to ping this. Because this leader will ping it.
And Sean Bowen
ping, yes.
Good jump there.
The old commentators fucking cares.
Yeah.
The leader ran right through it. Go on.
I think he's not one to go and arrive on the dicky. I don't think. Like, he'll get into a battle, but he finds.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the winner. I think this Moon d'Orange or whatever it's called is.
Oh, he's pulling out now. Oh yeah. Yeah, Nico's come back up off him.
Going well, this leader though.
Yes. Hello, his hands on his neck.
Go on, Nico.
Go
on.
Yeah, you need a jump here.
2 lengths to make up. Here's 2 out. Haiti Caleur was quick. He was
reach for it a bit.
Third Moon d'Orange transmission.
Oh, the one in front is gone, I think.
Caleur coming towards the 21st and final fence. Caesar strike.
Go on, get after him.
Get him up the hill. Transmission's coming. He's flying.
It can be a long running up the hill here at Cheltenham.
Oh, he's home.
Closer, but time is running out, and Haiti Caleur.
Transmissions come from absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
This time, Sean takes it in his own right.
Yeah, he done well out the front there. Now he slipped them.
Sean, before we skip on to the next race, let's have a quick chat about time.
You definitely don't get much joy out of this for Andrew, and anyways, I can tell you that.
So the times that I tried to put together, and the way in which I timed it, and I'll be brutally honest, it's something that I need to brush up on and be better at if it's something I wanted to use when putting in selections. You do it a lot more exact than I. Obviously, I was rounding up to seconds and things like that. Why was there so much of a differential between the? Unless you're going to, your answer is going to be because I can count and you can't, Liam. Why is there so much of a differential between the times that you and I put together between Energamine and Only by Night? How do you time it? Are you using a physical stopwatch? When are you timing it from? So I was timing it as the horse was mid jumping, essentially. So their belly would be just crossing the fence. How do you go about it? And if obviously therefore anybody else wanting to work on times, what would your advice be?
Yeah, no, look, I use the stopwatch on my phone. I go from the first fence because starts and trying to judge a start is tough because obviously you could start 10 yards back and they drop the flag and like you're not obviously at the starting position where at least you have a physical fence everyone's on a level playing field. When they jump that point, it's very easy to calculate. And they normally there can obviously be differentiations between going much quicker down to the first, and you do have to factor that in sometimes. Like they're building up the pace, and you'd normally say by the first flight or the first fence, they've got up the pace and they're getting going. So I go from that. I don't have the exact. It's on the Excel sheet. I have a little Excel sheet basically, and so I calculate on obviously ground depends on this. So I go second per length. So the quicker the ground and the slower the ground, the times are slightly different. You can get them on racing TV, Liam. They have a sectional section. When you click on the app, they have sectionals, and it'll tell you the seconds that should be per length on each ground. They have 3 standards of ground, so it's good to soft, and soft and more. So I calculate going to each fence, and then it's basically as soon as the horse rises, I'm calculating it, and then I put the calculations all down the row, and then I have a little magic Excel. I'll send it across to you. It's a magic little tool that's just handy to have. I mean, if you're into Excel or anything like that, it's not too difficult to build. But you'll see, I go from the first fence all the way to the finish line. Obviously, the finish line is much easier to calculate rather than a start line, because you can see them go by, and then it builds up. I think roughly it's around 0.22 seconds per length on soft ground.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought initially when you'd suggested there was potentially a 10-length difference, that equated to 1.7 seconds. I thought that was an awful lot, and then, as you noticed, I then deleted that tweet because
all right, I didn't even see it come back. No,
did you not? Because I then went and did some research to realise that I was wrong, which.
Yeah, look, I was never going to call you out or anything like that.
Oh no, but I think look,
Just
none of us know everything, and
Yeah.
whatever we can use to help us from a punting perspective, and great. And sometimes this isn't something I use or have used an awful lot, but I think are valuable. A lot of people just use them for final circuits and things like that, don't they?
Yeah, no, that's what I did. Now, obviously, when the circuit thing comes into it, when there's a multiple of distances over the day. So if you are looking for a 2-mile maiden hurdle and there's no other 2-mile hurdle races on the card, that's when you have to start using the circuit, because you're going and probably looking at a 2.5-mile hurdle or a graded race or anything that's on the card. So that's where I think the circuit thing comes in, and the fourth last of the line. I think that's where you get the emphasis on that. Where if you have two, like last week, you had the Henry VIII and the Tingle Creek. That's a match made in heaven if you're a times man. It's straightforward, both over track and distance, and you can calculate it very easily from the first all the way around, and each fence. But I do think
So Sean, let me ask you this, for example. So with Ile Francais, the fact that he ran a quicker time than the King George last season, but then you can really pick holes potentially if you wanted to in the form of the Courto Star. Where would you land on it? Was Ile Francais off the back of that performance a weapon? Or, as some people say, he's beating trees, or he's not beating trees, far from it, but he's beating horses that aren't of the grade, a proper grade 1 caliber. So once you've done your time analysis and you know that he's running quicker than the King George, where do you then side on? Do you trust the times? Do you trust your eyes? Do you trust, I know you have to use all of it, but would you side with the times and the fact that was a brilliant performance or not?
Yeah, no, look, and that's the thing I think people get caught up in. There's different ways of doing it. I wouldn't be solely times, but I do think it's a good indicator. I'll give you a better example, like Factor Foil beating Gaelic Warrior around the Dublin Racing Festival. In that race now, everyone would have looked and said, oh, Gaelic Warrior's run no race, he's fell in a hole and he's done nothing to win that. He beat him at the third last and that was game over. But if you go and watch that, back, there's a 2.5-mile handicap on the same day that Hartwood won. And at one point in that race, I think he was over 40, 50 lengths clear of Hartwood in the handicap. You're talking massive, massive numbers. That's backing up saying, this horse, this is no fluke that, he's gone, not that Gaelic Warriors fell in the hole or he's battling that far out, but this wasn't just a jog around between the two and Gaelic Warriors cut out. He put in some serious numbers down the back. In a 2-horse race, it can be deceiving, as I said, you look at that and you just think Gaelic Warriors fell in the hole. And by the time he got to the finish line, Gaelic Warrior was gone at 3 out. He sort of came home at his own leisure and he still finished ahead of the handicap, which just told you, there's something serious under that bonnet. For a horse to be eased down Like, and Hartwood was no mug. Like, you seen what he went on to do. Like, he's not a bad level of horse. You've a good guidance there on a decent handicapped horse, and like he's gone and battered him out of water. And like people would say, I'm mad. Like the Gaelic Warrior fell in the hole, and what's that form worth? Like, and for that reason, the times you can really rely on in that and say, look, he hasn't just jogged around. Like, they've went a serious clip out in front, and he's broken him at the third last and kept going, and he's gone all the way to the line and still finished ahead of these horses. So I think in a scenario like that, it's very useful.
Fair enough. Jack, you've got 2 minutes to tell everyone what wins the 255 at Doncaster.
Shit. Right. I don't even have one, Liam. Sorry, I don't even.
No, well, good. We're not going to put in
I
every race.
have got one. I have got one for the 2 minutes past one race of every else, but we'll wait for that.
Yeah, okay.
Doncaster, but there's no. Have any of you got any fancies in it? I haven't.
Personally, not. No. But Sean, anything?
No, I have the Cheltenham races for you. I was hoping Jack would come in clutch with the Doncaster races. I just think on that time thing, Liam, like I think the more data that comes into racing, the better. I absolutely love it because I just don't see the negative to it in terms of the more you start to see, and maybe there's trends that can build in the future. Like it might get easier in terms of spotting out horses and stuff like that. I know, like that racing IQ stuff, like that's music to my ears.
I love it, Sean. Yeah, I'm all over it. I as I mentioned last night in my tweet, I know how busy they are because they're trying to build a profile on every single national hunt horse. So you can imagine how time consuming that is. Paige Fuller very kindly sent me a lengthy email and loads of data on the horse that was really helpful. Jack mentioned about the stuff about reversing the form, about getting the revenge with Springwell Bay that I kind of used yesterday. That was thanks to her. I knew that he'd lost over 4 lengths and over 6 miles per hour in speed due to the interference from Springwell Bay that day. And all that came from Race IQ. I'm a huge fan of it. And I think racing in every single instance is not really susceptible to change. People are resistant to it. I think especially if think you've got a new way or innovative way of analysing races, but I'm all for it as well. I'm very
and that's what I think it is as well. Like people rubbish it over jumps and say like, how can you times jumps and all? But I think it is that mentality that you say that's Stone Age. We do it one way and we're not changing from how we do it. And I just think like the more of this stuff that comes, like even when you visually look at a horse and you say, geez, he jumps well, and then all of a sudden they pull out the race IQ and you find out that a horse that was in third length has made far more ground than him, and he's probably not as quick as he looks. It's just, I think it's fascinating. Obviously people like good at the eye, but it can deceive you a little bit sometimes, and that's where I think all this IQ or the data stuff and all is, I think it's very promising for racing. I think the more of it you use, and I'm delighted, like they're putting a real emphasis on it. ITV are using it, Racing TV are using it, and I just think it just gives like more people more knowledge about the sport, and maybe it might bring in different people. Like it could be a complete stats man that doesn't care about horses or has no great interest, but because he can line up all these stats, he might start getting into racing and start trying to find things himself.
Yeah, Dave Brailsford in Willie Mullins' yard at this rate. Jack, times, any opinion, mate? Is anything you would use, or you more? I think you trust your eye quite a lot.
Yeah, I don't really bother with them. I just trust my eye. To be honest, maybe it's something I should be looking into, but I haven't. Don't get me wrong, I do look at it sometimes, but I trust my eye more than anything. I just go off what my eye thinks. Maybe that's the wrong way to do it. Listen, you lads are fucking really good at it, especially you, Sean. You lads are really good at judging the pace and knowing the times, and it's half the battle, I feel. But I seem to just trust my pace, but it's definitely something I want to look into 100%.
Yeah, I think like most, I enjoy using them most around novice hurdles, maiden hurdles, beginner chases, and novice chases, because like I think it can be very difficult to equate what's being done in a novice hurdle or a beginner's chase or a novice chase when some of them aren't even out like trying, and there's like different horses, bigger days ahead, and just like you go see like a down memory lane or someone going hose up, and then you say to yourself, Jesus, is this the next thing? But like I'm not saying him, like using an example, I'm just saying like or Ilatent Heek last week, like you go and see these batter out of the sky and you think to yourself, like how much has he improved? Like he looks a machine. I just think an instance like that, when you reflect or maybe use times like that, you sort of get a bit more of a substance on what's being done.
Yeah. Right. I did have a little quick look at the Doncaster race. not a betting perspective, I know it's already off, but I did see Tommy Cullen was second here in the same race last year after making a few slight headers. He comes here £1 lower, and Jack Quinlan's back on board. That was the one out of interest. It looks like it's going to be 2 to 6.
What one was that? Say that again, Jack.
Tommy Cullen. He's sitting in 5th now. The orange. He's £1 lower than when he finished second here last time, and he made a few mistakes in this race last year. So we'll see how he goes, but he's right. Let me get this up.
Inside, El Borracho is last but one, and Captain Ivan is still last. So going now towards.
So your main bet of the day, Sean, was Piggy Boy and what?
Piggy Boy, Madara, and Joe Hughes. They were the 3 ones I had a bash at today.
Yeah, I like Madara. I really like Madara. I think I jumped on 6 to 1. I think I jumped on. But it's funny enough, I tipped him up on the show on Monday, but then I said he's too short at 6 to 1. He's fucking 11 to 4 now. He's not a backable price now by any means, but
yeah, that's not what one is up next, Jack.
It's the it's that the chasing it.
Oh yeah, the mirrors one. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a message yesterday saying a little word for the Cromwell horse. So I was a little bet on the Cromwell horse. Apart from that, I hadn't had a fancy.
Is just last. Storming Crossgales takes the 4th from home, and he's opened up a break.
Going well, this Tommy Cullen, like.
Over his nearest pursuer, who is
Got the one down the inside.
Yeah, the orange. Absolutely cancelling.
Yeah, he's going well.
Crossgales led by just over a length to Tommy Cullen, who took it in 2nd. First Angel is now in 3rd. No Risk with Lou in 4th.
He's going to get past his leader, though. Yeah, it's going to win, innit? Big jump here, and he's over.
Snowy Crowns, they're over the 2nd from home, and it's Storming Crossgales on the near side. On the far side is Tommy Cullen, and these
I don't know.
pulled about 8 lengths.
I think he's a bit of a bridle. I'd be scared of these horses now.
Near side, Storming Crossgales. The far side, Tommy Cullen. These 2 now.
Oh, beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like those horses.
And Richard Patrick beginning to assert.
No bet like it, just
over this extended 2 miles to win. Storming Crossgales beats Tommy Cullen, 2nd in this race yet again.
No bet like, but just a quick look. Unlucky like, but right, we move on to I actually fancy one in this Fairy House race. I fancied it.
Oh yes, you did say, Jack. Sorry.
Yeah, that horse comes second, Liam. Looked the winner there, but 1 second, let me just get sorted the more, please. Have any of you had a look at this race?
I did have a quick glance at the Fairy House cards earlier, and nothing really took my fancy.
I don't know if he's touched on it. Did you see the Masborough race? You probably did already, did you?
No, we haven't.
And no, I haven't seen it. I was rushing around this morning. Impressive, though, by all accounts, was he?
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, geez, you're picking holes. You'd say he jumped left, but like that's probably he's going around Cheltenham left-handed, so I wouldn't be too stressed out about that. But yeah, he was very good. And it's a question I've had in the back of my head, like the whole time. I thought my opinion was Ballybourne was a standout in them novices last year, but you're looking now and saying outside of Ballybourne, them juveniles are probably better than the novice hurdlers from last season in terms of like Sergino Masborough, like you're talking like Slade Steele's Mystical Powers. I know he blew out, but like you had the horse back in 3rd then, Asian Master, like he was beating out of sight. So I just thought that like maybe it's something that I don't know how often it's happened that the juvenile crop have been probably better than the 2 mile novice hurdle crop outside of Ballybourne.
Would you, if obviously you haven't seen Sergino jump a fence yet, but would you take on Ballybourne with either Madsborough or Sergino over 2 miles, and if so, which one?
I'd be slightly biased now. I think the world of Ballybourne. I'd have a serious, I'd have a serious bias with him now in terms of I just thought he was a standout in that novice division last year. And like, I know this is what it probably sounds contradictory that you're looking behind and say the horses aren't great, but I just think he was a level above them, and like I think he would have beaten them no matter what. And he just like he got workman like, and I think people maybe he got workman like at Punchestown when he was getting the job done, and I think maybe people have forgot about what happened in his previous runs throughout the season, and I'm just judging off the back of Punchestown. But yeah, no, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't be taking on Ballybourne yet. But as I touched on, I think it's a serious L division that's heating up. Like you've in the pocket that people might be forgetting about because he was out so early, and you won't see him until the new year. Same colours as Marshborough. You've Ballybourne. You've a couple of horses in there now, and it's heating up to be a serious division. And like one thing you will know is that the DRF, they'll all face up against each other, and you'll find out then.
Jack, that question to you also, but you've fallen in love with Irish handicaps. What is it that you liked in this?
They're just different. They're like, I just, like you said yesterday, I just like picking the puzzle. I don't know why. I like looking from the bottom of the field down and just trying to see. You've seen the past few weeks. I've been very unfortunate with a few, haven't I? Obviously, back me or sack me, the big one, 50-1. I don't know how. I still don't know how that would beat him. I think a better jockey on board. He was old. I just don't know why. I just think
punted in here, mate.
What
was the one that you punted in here that you fancied the look of?
The Gordon Elliott horse, Boston Raj. He's just made a bad mistake, like.
It's a serious art, Jack. I for one wouldn't be. Like, obviously, people have their own betting techniques, and like you'd have Tom on ours now who'd be absolutely licking his lip at these events. I think it's an absolute niche market, and the lads who know what they're at, like especially the boys Andy and Deck, there, like this is their heaven. Like I look at these and I'm like, Jesus, get me away from these ASAP. But if that's your niche market, I think lads are able to pick out the days, and like you look and say it has 4 duck eggs beside its name, and all of a sudden you're telling me this has a screaming chance of 33-1, and he houses in, and you just make yourself look like a mug. But I do think there's definitely the lads who are good at it and all that stuff, can definitely capitalise.
It is. It's this. I've got a good chance here. Like it's 12-1, but he needs to try and. I just love picking the puzzle, and it's only ever small bets. I wouldn't go and throw a lot of shit. On a race like this, but I think there's just value to be had, and if you're wrong, it's not on. What's this here?
What one are you on, Jack?
It's bid 6th, but Boston Raj. I only had a 5 on it. Just
look at this in the stars scene. So this is what I look at this with the stars down the sleeves. He'll keep coming into picture. He's in about 8th at the moment. And he's staying on all day. I'll find out the name. That potentially goes in the track. We'll see how he finishes the race off. So the only thing about that, you need to be able to see the full field. You want the lens down the track.
Yeah.
But also you'll see some that go off too quickly. Still staying on well. I don't know where he was. There we are. Is he taking a bit of a pull? Yeah, we'd love to see down the track, and also then what they're doing after, and what's they're still having to keep holding.
It's like in them infamous beginner chases and maiden hurdles in Ireland. If only you could see down the straight and all these, like you'd be licking your lips at some of them. And then the ones that do stick out are too obvious because they've ended up running into the camera lens, and every single person has seen them.
He seems to look in the green and gold. He's still pulling the jockey's arms up after 3 miles. Right.
Yeah.
So, but I think finding the horses is sometimes the easy part in some of those. If you watch enough of it and that's your way of punting, it's then finding the days. And sometimes you can go a good few days without it being put in a race, and it does your brain in. And before you know it, it might be a case that the horse isn't as good as you first thought, but you're off the cliff. Game On for Glory, I had a little bit of a look at last night. Big price in this, 25s. Again, it's not a punt. It's not something I've put up. We'll get to the betting races a little bit later from my perspective. But yeah, one that was a little bit interesting here. It had some form with Militia, is it? Militia, I think, beaten second last time out. That's around about 10s. And I just thought the discrepancy in price is wrong.
Seen some money, that Militia.
Yeah. About 14, 16s last night, was it?
Yeah, 9, such a 9s, yeah. I was saying to Sean before, I'd not a betting perspective for me, but I did get a small word for the Cromwell horse. I don't know how reliable it is, but the lad who give me is pretty good, like, to be fair. So I've just had a little bet on it, but apart from that, it won't be a betting perspective.
Yeah, him and
Yeah, no, I found a tricky little race. I thought like the market they've generally got spot on. Like the favourite there is probably worthy its position in the market in terms of you see it the last day, and I thought I was home for all money. I ran a decent race, hometown boy, and a couple of others were in there. But as you said, Jack, them Irish lads don't come over here and no hopers, and it'd be interesting to see how that one runs.
Yeah. You get 6-1 for it now. I think it's worth a little bit. Probably get more elsewhere.
Game of the Glory continues to drift. It's gone 1 o'clock. I'm assuming Andrew's lads' match has gone into extra time or something.
He messaged then saying I won't be back for 1. Well, that was at 10-1. He was still there. So
tell him I'll keep the seat warm. He can have the evening off.
Listen, Sean, you can stay for the day, mate. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you stay on even when Andrew joins us.
Or even better, just leave Andrew and just stay on with us, please.
Joey, you willing to have a go at this one? Then try and find us the winner, or are you keeping your perfect 1-from-1 record today?
I think he was on Melissa. I think. So
okay.
please, if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he tipped them up at midweek when I was on with him. I think pretty sure he tipped her up. She was about 16-1, I think, but I might be wrong. But I'm sure you'll correct me if I am wrong. But I'm pretty sure he did. Right, I'm sure we'll run the summit, lads.
Quite short for a competitive price, Coco Mamwizel.
Yeah, no, she is short. That's what I was saying. I think like the market has found her, and like, look, she's glaring. She take her eye out. You don't need to tell anyone to go back and watch that replay. Like she hosed in on the bridle. She was traveling there and just got outstayed, I'd say, by the horse that beat the last day. Yeah, it's probably one.
No, Sean, just me. No, well done, Joe. It's a decent bet of the weekend. That's it. Have your winner. Put your pin in it. Sorry, Sean. You just broke up there, mate.
Oh no, I was just saying that I think the market found a favourite, and just probably like if they race, I'd be happy to leave alone now. If you have any selections yourself.
Yeah, no, I did think the discrepancy in price between those pair that I mentioned, it was too big. Harry Cobden on board, but pretty friendless in the market. Still on the drift now, out to 28. Thought it might have an each way squeak, but I think he'd potentially just be throwing the win part of your bet away. So it's not a bet. But yeah, anything with Cobden on, I think piques my interest. I think he's absolute must. I really do. Cold, Jeff.
Yeah, running up and down those stairs. I'm in the loft, aren't I? So got my own little office set up in the loft. It gets cold in the winter. Your radiator's not doing it just yet. Keep pressing. I want to lead 1-0. Oh, sorry, Liam. I can't talk about Sky, can I? Sorry.
No.
Racing TV only. So what we use on here, lads? Sorry. I just think the favourite's a decent horse, but I just think she's too short.
No, I agree. Definitely too short, in my opinion. Not a bet because, as I just said to Sean, I think you'd be throwing away the win part of the bet, but I think she'd have a squeak of running into a place, and that is Game for Glory. Yeah, I think now receiving weight from Militia, certainly there's a big swing in the weights from when finished second last time, and with Harry Cobden on board, I thought that was interesting. Obviously, he does ride a few for Lucy Wadham anyhow, but it wouldn't be a bet.
I think we get onto the sorry, I think we get onto the business end of the stick after this race, don't we? I think all the good races start coming up then.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the exciting races up next. Got another Irish handicap at 10 minutes past 12 as well.
that's Jack's new main racing nowadays.
No, I'm joking, but we got a few. There's good racing for after this one, so.
Obviously, Joe and Scotty, obviously from the Ginger Joe podcast, they both popped on for the Coral Gold Cup. I think you were at Aintree, Jack, and Andrew couldn't make it anyhow. Joe suggested himself that he wasn't a big fan of backing mares in big fields. Obviously, this is a mare's only handicap chase. But where would you both sit on backing mares against the boys. I know in grade ones you've seen it with exceptional ones where they get the allowance, but in handicap company, is it something that you oppose or don't like doing, or does it not bother you if they're well handicapped? Do you think they'll go close? You will back them.
It doesn't bother me if I like
Yeah,
her. If I like her, I'll back her. She'll get that. It doesn't really bother me at all, to be honest. But I can understand why people may not like it. But
I agree.
Yeah, I think when they drop back into handicap company, like I think it's different when it comes to graded level, because you think of grade one geldings, you'd always just say they probably have the edge in the grade one mares, but when they come back down to handicaps and you're getting marks and stuff like that, I think it's all like factored in. You get me, like as such. I think when like you look, I wouldn't look at a handicap and say, oh God, there's a well handicapped mare, I'm not gonna back her.
Yeah, I've probably worded that poorly, because that's certainly kind of not what Joe said, and it was also very specific to big fields, because obviously it was the Coral Gold Cup, but he just said he would prefer a gelding generally in those big field handicaps, which was proven to be correct, because I had a stab at Galliard de la Toe just in case he did hack up, but I do fancy for the Welsh National, again a big field. And Joe was proven right, because he put up Can Do Kid, who actually won it. So, but yeah, personally, I wouldn't oppose it for that reason.
Hey, my dad is 9-4.
Say again.
9-4.
9-4, my dad it is.
Jesus, and here's me saying I backed it each way. You had to sound like a right plonk now, don't they?
Here's me tipping it up midweek, saying 6-1, too short.
Yeah.
It's 9-4. Fucking hell. Seen some serious.
But like, yeah, I suppose we'll get to it later on. Yeah, I'll save it for then.
Yeah.
Harry Cobden, keeping it simple, slapped up against the rail in a prominent position.
Keep that camera above waist height, Liam.
What is that?
Harry Cobden, you sound like you were hard on for him at the moment.
Got to set the boxes now, Sean, hasn't he?
I know. I think he's must agree with you. I think there's no better sight than seeing a Cobden swinging that one over the fence. He's like not one of those.
Oh, he's mine.
Harry Skelton's fucking flying this season, isn't he?
Yeah, number
her right, she's last but one on the extreme left of the group as they move on towards the next pair of fences before one complete circuit. So Said I leading to the later in the Royal Blue game off a glory. Harry Cobden close to the running well. Similar story in the black and yellow is in the chasing line from Realisation and Get Out to Get Wide, and then Coco Mademoiselle and her stablemate Shake Your Tail Feather to Trapista, the one we dream of with the white face, Regal Renaissance, the white sleeves, then Autumn Return, and Eximia remains at the tail and rather balloon.
Liam, just while that race is on, do you want to ping me a message at your email and I flick across that times thing, because it'll completely slip my brain later.
Accompanied by one of our Realisation, who is virtually upsides, preparing to crest the right and make the descent towards
Yeah, just send on Twitter to me.
Oh, okay, no worries.
Oh, the private. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the private chat. Yeah. Perfect.
She raises out wide. The glory is down on the inner. And similar story up between that pair as they take this next plane.
The meeting in April, is it a full mares card? Is it mares only races at Cheltenham? I think it is.
Has that happened? I know there was talk about it, but I don't know if it was actually.
Yeah, no, it can't be, because in Excelsior's Dio won at the April meeting.
Coco Mademoiselle doesn't seem to be travelling here. Not with any fluency, anyway.
Yeah, no, niggled away, isn't she, from the fence?
Yeah, she's been like that since she come past the stands.
Far end of the track and move on towards the second of the ditch. It's 6 out, and Autumn Return is being pulled up before it can get back out of here. It's lost quite a bit of ground. So
good jump by Game on Glory, but
similar story in Game On. Still Realisation and Coco Mademoiselle in the orange are racing side by side. They're followed by Shake Your Tail Feather. Over 5 out. Regal Renaissance is further back with Trapista. And then the one from Excilia and Get Back Out of Here is last of those still going. And they're turning on down the hill with 4 fences left.
Go on, Cobblers.
So said I. And Brendan Powell.
What do you want?
In front. Over 4 again.
Oh, I thought I was like 2 minutes behind there.
No, I like cheering Harry Cobden on at every fence.
Oh. Well, that Cromwell fucking horse is shite anyway. I think.
Similar story, the black and yellow Game On for Glory close to rail. Then Coco Mademoiselle followed by Realization. Regal Renaissance up the inner and a red cap is being asked to improve.
He has got a decent chance here.
And the one with back towards home, they got 2 fences to jump. So said I. She's given a very bold side for a long way, but
Tell you what, Liam.
Up in behind. Can she cling on in front here? Game On for Glory and the GP.
Go on then, Harry.
Away to the left.
Keep that camera above his height.
Go on, Harry.
So said I, who continues to go.
Go on, Harry.
On for Glory is edging closer though. Coming to have a
Keep that camera above his height.
Get it up, Harry.
Regal Renaissance is back in third, then Coco Mademoiselle. And it's Game On for Glory with 100 yards to cover, being driven out by the
Oh
champion.
jeez, what's that thing rattling on?
Riding away.
What is that?
Game On for Glory. A gutsy display.
For fuck's name.
Nice. Did you back it?
Brilliant. That was a brilliant ride. Who was on that?
Did you back it?
I didn't put it up as a bet, so no.
That was that horse. 100 and all, man.
I don't know. Yeah, there was one in Tour. I don't know what that was.
He was
Get Baz out here.
13.
100 to 1 outsider.
So yeah, I'm hoping that anybody watching along took my own advice and did have a couple of quid on.
It's going nicely, that.
Yeah, Joe knows. Go on, coppers. Sorry, so with the April meeting, yeah, it was right. So it's obviously a 2-day meeting like most of them are. So yeah, it is a mares only on one of the days. I thought they did.
Right.
Now we start to get towards the business end of stuff. 1:30 at Doncaster.
Yeah, decent little race as well.
There's a good few staying races on that card at Doncaster today, I think.
Yeah.
Morris.
You need to be a fucking stayer to stay at Doncaster. The street just seems to go on for ages.
What do you want? You just want some fuss, don't you? Leave us in there.
Right, let's have a look.
He's had to see what Cobbers can do to you, Liam. He's not happy.
Make your money, that's what covers can do. Yes, I'm busy. Right. 1:30. Anything you fancy in here, Jack? Doncaster.
I'm just looking now.
So they flip flop the favourites, and then he's been back in. So I did see this morning that Adverdam was installed as favourite. He then went on the drift and now been backed in. You've got joint favs, him and Jedi, is it?
Jedi. Yeah, Jedi.
Brian Hughes up at a Northern Track on a favourite. It's usually not a bad route to go, is it?
You're normally pretty safe down that route, aren't you?
So
I'm just having a look. Just any of you fancy anything?
What's Cobden riding?
Can't wait till Liam's doing his first piece for Racing TV, and the first thing he does to get the interview covers.
He's in fine form. Liam, he's got 4% strike rate. What are you talking about? Don't worry about that. Just back Ogden.
Yeah, that jet I come 7 lengths behind Skyjack Hijack at Newcastle.
Well, that's probably your shortest winning distance as well. So that's probably the best that any runner-up's done.
Then he comes second behind. Let me just see what this horse is.
They're a shrewd out combo now. I wouldn't watch too much English midweek racing, but your man England, they know when the time of day, and you often see them punting one off the boards, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Game on for glory, 22-1. You're just throwing the win part of that bet away, so I probably wouldn't bother. And then she goes and bolts up.
Yeah, I think I'd have it between Jet High and Ernest Gray, but I just think Ernest Gray with that weight on his back. I think Jet High is the bet there. Just 11-4. I want to try and pick a decent price, but 11-4 just.
You may not be interested or use any of these stats to be honest, Jack. Obviously, I know it's probably not your bag, but Sean, the run to form statistics, does it interest you at all? Do you?
No,
or is that?
No, I haven't really. I haven't seen much of that. No.
No. So just to be generally speaking, probably operate in most trainers at around, 40-50%. But if you look at Alan King, because you mentioned Ernest Greyjack, his runners 70% run to form percentage. So
I'd look at strike right now. I'd definitely look at strike. It's probably the same thing, is it? Essentially, just
to
or is it more? It takes into calculation of the place horses and stuff like that.
Yeah, but with the strike rate, last 14 days, what's the run to form from? Is just that all season or?
No, so the run to form will be for the last 14 days, and generally speaking, it will be calculated based off the RPRs. So obviously, the RPR is given for each individual performance, so it will see what RPR rate it's run to previously, and then whatever its next run, it will then marry it up against its previous form. And then if it's ran to a similar RPR, then therefore obviously they're running to form. So yeah, that's basically how it's calculated. But generally speaking, then you don't see many as high as 70%. The actual percentage is 67%, but perhaps he's had another runner today and it just hasn't quite updated. He's operating at a 24% strike rate. He's had 5 winners from his last 21. Obviously, I know he's top weight, but he's obviously in form.
He's carrying 11 stone too.
Yeah.
His form doesn't. His form isn't holding up to that much, to be honest. I don't think his form is he's being beaten by not. I don't think Jet High. Some girl come out and absolutely bolted, and also got beat the last day. Skyjack Hijack has obviously could be any form. It's just a price difference. I just prefer to back the 7-1, but it's don't know what to go with here. Maybe just leave it alone. But if one of them win, I'll fucking kick myself. Let's back the forecast.
There you are then. Yeah, this is a race again that I'd probably leave alone. And then we start building up to the big one at 150.
Yeah, I'm gonna chance Jet Eye.
Yeah.
4. Yeah, if Ernest Gray wins, I'll leave.
Come on, Ernest Gray.
I don't like backing favourites, but it just seems a fucking chewing 11-1. Right.
What do you think about the fact that at Cheltenham, over the course of October, November, and December, I think, don't they have one of these 2.5 mile big field chases, do you not think it should be mixed up and there should be different?
Yeah, it does seem to be. There does seem to be a lot of them. I think there's one around. Is that one around New Year's or maybe? I don't. I feel like there's another one still to come. Is that before the festival?
Is there? Quite possibly.
At that trials day, do they have another one? I do think it's mad that there is like such a campaign for that 2.5 mile around Cheltenham.
I think they do, and I think Ginny Destiny's being targeted at it. Because I think Paul Nichols mentioned that he'd go back to Cheltenham next month, and I'm assuming that'll be over the 2.5 because he hated the 3 and hated going right-handed. At where was it? Peterborough Chase, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's how I've forgotten. But yeah, so there may well be, Sean. And it just seems like there's one every month, just one intermediate. I don't know the reasoning for it. The fields obviously still are relatively full, aren't they? You get the runners that you get, but I just thought perhaps it was just
it is nuts. Yeah. When you think about it, there is so many in concession around Cheltenham. And I wouldn't even mind it. And then it comes to the festival and all the forms turned on its head.
Yeah, exactly.
But even that 2.5 mile handicap division, I just can't get it out of my mind. He's doing something with that Springwell Bay. I got my hand seriously burned when he went and took on Highland, but he ran yesterday. I just don't know what's going on there. I just feel like there's a big pot in him, and he's that cliff edge horse now for me at the moment. I just don't know what the day is going to be, but he has one in him, and it's a tough one.
Do you not think he'll be marked up for that performance? I imagine Django Bay potentially will be, given and he was already rated higher than Springwell Bay. I know he's giving him weight, but I'm not sure if they've showed a bit too much of their hand already, Sean. But yeah, I definitely agree. I assume that the owners will be plotting him for something, but I'm not sure if he, as I say, he's shown a bit too much.
Yeah, but I suppose it depends on the mark. Yeah, I suppose when you see the mark, that's the one that starts a horse up over 3 miles and he doesn't get home, and then all of a sudden you're back down to 2.5 miles and you're at 3 runs. It's one more until the festival, and then you're sort of saying to yourself, right, what's going on here?
I suppose so. It depends what they do from now until March, isn't it? He could be out the back of the telly for on a good day.
He could go into a graded. If he goes into a graded race, then you're nearly saying to yourself, right, I definitely know I'm onto something here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They're off and running. Was there anything you even like the look of, Sean, or is this one you've not even?
Yeah, no. These are sort of just my betting way. This is the race that I would definitely be staying away.
Yeah, it's pretty trappy, isn't it?
Sorry, boys.
All right.
So, then, if you fancy anything this Doncaster race, or
no, just cheering yours on, Jack. Jet on.
Ernest Gray, wasn't it?
Well, we're watching this stuff yet. Let's check the market, see what's happening with.
Yeah, is there much movement in the next one, Jack, at 150 at Cheltenham?
Have a look now. Stage Star is 8-1. Future just being backed into 11-2. Madara's still 9-4. He actually touched 2-1 before, and he's touched 2-1 for most of the last 20 minutes. But he's up back out to 9-4. La Patron 9-1. He's the one who's probably seen a bit of money. I'd probably say La Patron's seen the money, but Madara's just 2-1-5. Back into 2-1 now. This is with Sky Bet, by the way, so it might be different elsewhere, but I know Sky Bet is probably worse off than most bookies because they made the extra places. But let's get on to check it out.
I disagree, Jack, and all employment opportunities with Sky Bet are welcome. Today, horse racing.
Would you be big users of the exchange, lads?
Yeah,
yeah. I think you're I'm not a racer on the moment, but I think if you don't have an exchange account, you're missing a big time.
Yeah, I have an exchange account. It's Liam's. I just send Liam money over and he does the best for me. So
Jack Jack helps to keep my profitability down so it can remain open.
Yeah, no, I just think I think people get a fright when they first open and they see all this stuff in front of them, but it's a lot more straightforward. And
what we found,
let's-
Sean, what we found, right, like the last few times, I think we've had two out of the three winners. I always do, because I'm a season ticket holder for the Liverpool, for the game. I always do £25 on first goal scorer or every game. And out of like the last 12, I had like 8 of them come in. But then I messaged Liam because I had no signal. Can you get me on Luis Diaz first goal? It was 7-2. He was getting 11-1 on the exchange. And we had 50 quid on it. It was 11-1, wasn't it, Liam?
I think it was 15-2. I think it was quite.
Was it?
You were getting like 7-2, and I think it was like it was just double easily.
Double the price. So
yeah, it's just, like
you're betting into win-only markets. The price differentials are.
And that's the thing. I think like people, it's like look, you still find value in the each way. Like the each way will probably still be bigger than a normal bookie, but just especially in the win one when the bookie isn't like they're not countable for horses placing, and you're going down the win, you're well and truly getting the odds. I just think you're mad. Like even when we look at even the next race, I think you said like Madara is 9-4, was it that you said? Like you look on the exchanges there and you're getting like just 4.2, 4.3, just over 3-1. You know, like in the long term, it might sound small and people say, oh, it's only half a point or something like that. But you're looking down the line in long term of making money, missing out on all these half odds, or it could be as big as 5 and 10 points on the odd difference. Like that there's a big difference.
Having 40 bets in a month, 40 bets in a month, it can be the difference between making a profit and making a loss.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Being chased along a bit, Jack. Are you?
It made a terrible mistake then. Stay sticking with them, but Ernest Gray's absolutely cruising.
There's a few still travelling within themselves. Though.
Yeah.
Commentators jinx. That's what he's hoping for. That he's just absolutely jinxed them.
Oh yeah, there we go. He's off the ball.
You are walking them along.
But Jack, just make sure you don't cheer on Madara whatever you do, will you?
The horse in pink can keep finding, or is that the camera? Seems to be finding a fair bit. This side, stand side.
And it's now a Fierce Warrior who has come to challenge Velasco. These are now the first two. Cloud Dancer from a long back is there with every chance. On the inside, Adveram, and back in fifth, Midnight Reflection.
Not a grey, I think, is home.
It was Cloud Dancer who jumped into the lead for Kaelin Quinn. Cloud Dancer now goes on to Velasco in second. Adveram, and they've got a breakdown over Fierce Warrior. Still, they've got a furlong and a half to go as they come down towards the final flight. And it is Cloud Dancer at the last.
It's a strange old finish at Doncaster, isn't it? On the turn, round the heading back on the circle.
Is in third and racing now down towards the final half furlong. Cloud Dancer given a very patient ride by Kaelin Quinn last early, but racing up towards the line, clear of Adveram. It will be Cloud Dancer who wins. Adveram in second.
Right, get on to some proper racing. Cheltenham, the 150, another intermediate trip handicap, but a decent field. Fugitive won this last year, obviously, 6s. So currently, the best prices that I can see, Jack and Ozchecker, Madara 11-4, Fugitive 13-2, Garlaw's 8, performer of the Paddy Power, Stage Star also won the Paddy Power last year, did he? He did, didn't he? Who rode him that day?
Freddie Ginger.
No, Harry Cobden. Gemirand 9s, Le Patron, who was absolutely smashed off the boards for the Moors into 33s into 12s win last time. I did consider him again today. Mine's on the drift. In Excelsis Deo. Remind us, or even if you haven't told us, Sean, then tell us, what do you like in this? See you, Sean. Jack, you're all over Madara. We already know.
Yeah, Sean's asleep. Sean's the same. He's on Madara as well. 11-4 is a bit too short, but
you're both
Sorry,
in the
lads.
Madara.
Just the headphones went there. What was that you said to me?
You're both in the Madara camp, are you?
Yeah, no, definitely. I've had a good old swing at this now. I sound like a mug because I was taking it during the week, but a bit of a muggy each way. I just think, like, you look at him last season and it was over 2 miles with Sophie Leach, and in hindsight, you look back, he has some form in France over 2.5 miles, and if you look at him winning over 2 miles, you'd say to yourself, yeah, he's guaranteed to probably improve coming back up and trip. But his run the last day was seriously eye-catching. First jockey wasn't up, and it looked like it was a fact-finding mission, and full merits were not definitely met. He was looked after, came down the hill with a serious rattle, and came back up the hill. He was making all the ground late just to finish ahead of Fugitive. Just touching on him, I just think, like, I think he's a bit of a tinker. He was unlucky the last day. Now, he made a mistake at the first, and the one where they swing around the bend, he lost his front. He came down on another horse and sort of pecked on landing and lost a bit of ground. I just worry about him. Like last season in this race, Il Redondo went out at a serious gallop, and he looked for all money jumping the last. He was going to go and hose up and really easily pick him up, but he just sort of thought about it, and he just about on the bob of the head got it done on the line. He's drifted out to a price. He was favourite during the week. If each way is your thing at them sort of prices, I could see him running his race. I just worry about him in the finish.
Fair enough. Jack, anything else to add?
Not much to add. I'm pretty sweet on Madara myself. Around 6-1 midweek. Hopefully, a few people got on with it. I put it up, but yeah, I think Le Patron in with a decent each way shout off 11 stone 5. Freddie, I'm surprised Caelan Quinn hasn't come here to ride him. But Freddie Mitchell rode him the last day when he won Scarface at Newbury. So, yeah, I think 11-1 is a touch too big. You can probably get each way places somewhere. Sky Bet are probably offering 4 or 5 places maybe. But yeah, I'd be Madara's the main one. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I do like In Excelsis Deo. I think he will have a day at some point. It's just obviously finding out which day that is. Judging by the way that he's drifted slightly on the exchange this morning, JP's not got his money down yet. So you got 10 minutes, JP. Give me some confidence that he's won a good one, please. The other one, I might, if you wanted to, I'll just play the 2 Dutch on the win-only market on the exchange or with any bookmaker if you haven't got an exchange account. Guard Your Dreams matches loads of the trends. You can get him at 16-1. So if you didn't want to play them, you could play them both each way. I'm sure there'll be bookies with extra places in this race. So either the pair of them each way. Obviously, the Twiston Davis is like coming to Cheltenham down the road and having winners. He's been out at the October and November meeting. I imagine this has probably been the plan. I think they would have liked him to have been dropped a few more pounds than he has, but he's still off a decent mark. I think he's only a couple of pounds higher than when he last won round Warwick. So, yeah, I would Dutch the pair of them. Joe fancies 2 that one which we have to mention to Le Patron and Grandeur Dam.
Just a thing, yo, as well. Fishley Lane's run here. Hale's debut, come 5th in the champion bumper. Or is it? Yeah, it's Hale's debut, come 5th in the champion bumper.
Did he manage to get his head in front at any point in bumpers last season? I'm sure I glanced at the form line.
He only had 2 runs, didn't he?
One that caught me eye in that, Jack, I couldn't flicker on there, was the Emma Mullins horse. He comes from a point-to-point background. Yeah, I thought he ran a nice race in the bumper at Punchestown. He was beaten by a Brazil horse, but I think the step up and trip here at the 3 miles, I'd say he's a horse that Emma Mullins will be winning races with. Now, I didn't have a check. I don't know, has he been back sort of a big queue with Emma Mullins horses?
He's not on him play, like, I don't know what price he went off.
All right, but I just thought maybe he's a horse that you're looking at probably big days down the line, maybe a big handicap at one point.
Yeah, he's another one. He's making mistakes at the back of the field. So that's the only thing. But there's a long way to go. Yeah, there's a while to go. Like, he's through them well. Fishy Lane's in a decent position as well.
Madara, if you want to go in again, Sean, you can get 3s with William Hill. Well, you can get bigger on the exchange, so why would you? Bit of money for the Venetia runner. Obviously, I'm not sure how she's gone this week. I haven't watched an awful lot of racing in my head.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting just in terms of pace angle. I'd just be keen they don't give your favourite man Cobbers a free run on the front. I wouldn't want to see him split this field now. If he's getting an easy time out in front, it could be danger zone. So it'd be interesting to see how they set up and the pace goes.
It could be. Obviously, I think Madara, you'd think there's more improvement to come. Still only a 5-year-old, isn't he? But
yeah.
Other than that,
a 5-year-old coming from France with probably about 15 runs under his belt.
yeah, he's got the constitution of a 9-year-old. Stayed, I think you might have a point there, not just because Harry Cobden's on it, but in all seriousness, Stage Star could be much better than most of these, I think, and therefore be able to carry that weight. So yeah, it's not a bad point, but no.
It seems like a forgotten horse, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm certainly not backing the two. Guard Your Dreams is being, the money's coming for him. He's general 12-1. There is some 14s knocking about. And over on the exchange, you can still get 16s in the win-only market.
I tell you what, what's this horse here? In at the park for Willie Mullins. Decent horse that was, just one. Fishy Lane fourth. I don't know where yours, but the one you mentioned finished, Sean, but Willie Mullins has just had a decent winner there. In at the park.
In at the park. I don't know. I could be wrong. Does that have forms tied in with Sounds Victorious? That's a horse now that's lingering on my radar. People write him off because he was beaten the first day. Sounds Victorious. Willie Mullins, I think he'd be a star. But I just thought, like, Willie's that time of year, strange things can happen. He was sort of one of the first batch out, and he looked to just get tired. And
yeah,
I know he probably went to hopeless prizes, but he's not one. I haven't seen him since, of course. But I think he's probably one that could be on the radar for. I assume they're all going to be Bartlett horses, aren't they? Let's be honest, a 3 Mile Maiden Hurdle are definitely going down the Bartlett route.
A few eye catches there as well. To be fair, there was 6 horses coming to the last. Decent finish. 6-1. Not in that park or not. Yeah, nice. Right, we move on to the 150.
Is Liam gone? Is he? I was going to run the toilet before that. Wait until he's back.
Yeah. He's gone to the toilet. Sorry, fucking phone going nuts. Right, let's see what the prices are.
Yeah, we've Madara at the top there. He's just let me actually pull up. I'm going to start calling now exchange prices, and people will be looking at me saying, "What's this fella talking about?"
Yeah, there's no much real difference with Stage. You can get 11-1 for Stage Star.
Yeah, I just thought from a pace angle, it's just one I wouldn't want to see slip the field and be forgotten about out in front. You know, like I remember when he won. Was it the November version of this was the last season. He made a howler at the last and still managed to find the leg to get up. So yeah, he's just one I wouldn't want to see slip this field now.
Yeah. You've got to keep it. Seems like, as I said before, he seems like a forgotten horse, but I think that's at Madara's a bit too short now. You can be back on Madara now, but
hey, that is touching on it. Yeah, it is right down now.
Yeah, it's 3-1. Drifting a touch by one.
Right, I'm gonna run. Lane's back. I'll be 2 seconds.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah, I just need to sort this out as well.
I think the new rule is no liquids during the watch along. Decent field. This you've got plenty of course and distance winners, haven't you?
Yeah, it's a quality field. I know you mentioned before about the 2.5. The handicaps just keep coming every month, but they are good races, aren't they?
They are. They do fill the fields, don't they? And it's not always the same horses that are rocking up in them. I know there's a few here, and those that run in the Paddy Power. If you look at some of the trends, they do have a good record in this. In Excelsis Dios on the drift. That's not nice to see. Yeah, so they do have a good record. So obviously some do use that as a prep for this and then come here. But yeah, they are decent, as you say, Jack.
So I'm just fucking. I give me ticket away for the match today, and they're struggling to get on the phone, so they're fucking ringing me like mad. I saw it. Well, me brother, but he's.
In this race called Union East, and he booked his inexperienced nephew Harry Durham to take the ride, and they won because he wanted to take the weight off. He's done the same here with Olive on Il Redoto, who bids to become the fourth horse in history to win the Paddy Power and set the Gold Cup double. The others, that illustrious trio, Pegwell Bay, Senor Petruti, and Exotic Dancer. Two have won this race twice, Brodok and Pockalock, both trained by Nicholas Lawson.
11's a 4 around most places now for Madara. Oh, you can get 12 for stage star.
What sort of price was he on Monday when the markets first went up for this, Jack? Any idea?
Who stage star?
No, sorry, mate. Madara.
About 6 to 1.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Fugitive won this last year, didn't he? Staying on well the last day.
How we won 11 0.
Clouds, wasn't it?
Performance, wasn't it? Right, come on.
So the first leg of the WatchAlong Trixie is up as well, so hopefully that can go close. Well, not close. Hopefully it wins. But I've obviously gone against both the boys, and I'll play the pair, one of which has been back.
We are off.
Decent pace on.
Over the first early back marker. So Stage Star and Harry Cobb that lead Olive Nichols aboard Il Redoto approaching the second. Le Patron out wide, Handy in the purple and yellow. The Stage Fugitive there at the last group of three. Violet Jet, just got a bit close to it.
Liam's getting excited. Covers is on the front.
Not exactly. I'm going to do me dough.
Handy and applying a little pressure for the lead as they move into the first turn. Stage Star then on the inner of Gemeron.
Yeah, I'm happy something's up there at Hasselman. Anyways, they take him into the race. I was a little fearful they might give him a free lead, but
yeah.
Going if they continue at this sort of clip, something from off the pace is going to be in with a right chance.
For Harry Skelton and the
Bang on time.
The purple and yellow.
Joe, how you doing?
Hey.
How you doing, fellas?
Hello, Joe.
Catching you mid-race, like.
Remind us, Joe, what did you fancy?
Le Patron and Grandeur down, both each way.
Yeah, plenty of extra places flying around, aren't there?
Jumping well, the Patron's been walking up them. In Excelsius, Dio started working himself to the back of the fields, making a few mistakes. Same with Gallo. It's been scruffy a few.
In Excelsius, Dio seems to do this every race. Like, he leaves himself so many to pass. He will get it right one day, though.
The day that the money's applied, I reckon.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Oh, Jesus, look at that. All of a sudden, he's back to all the boards and can get it right.
Improved incredibly well for the 40 grand that Mr. McManus was
Suppose you'd be happy at the moment, Jack. Oh, he's on the phone.
His brother can't get in the can't get into Anfield. He'd give his brother the ticket, and there must be obviously something must be wrong with the turnstile or something.
Dodgy tickets, like.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, should know better. How did you get on yesterday, Joe? Enjoy the racing as a whole. Did you have many bets?
Yeah, I put up 3 selections. Obviously, got a new column now. First 2 went down.
Congratulations, sorry, mate.
Yeah,
first thing you should say.
Yeah, nice one, fellas. Much appreciated. Like, nice to be approached. Like, you know, it's nice to have like some hard work paying off effectively. The same with you, Liam. Like, just so good. I just sat there watching you all day, like, you know, on the telly, like. So
you make sure that camera's behind above your waist as well, Joe.
Joe, I said before, by the time I come to
look at Joe on with Liam, we've Liam on with Harry Cobden.
Dundalk Friday night, after each race, all I had to see is fucking Liam's face in the telly. Got sick by the end of the night.
Trying to get away from him, weren't you, Jack? And there he was on the telly, on the watch-along.
We're going to sit here and watch him all afternoon now as well.
Sean, if you and Jack don't mind leaving, that'd be great.
Yeah,
just becomes a paid thing behind closed doors.
I've given me tickets for the match to my brother, and he can't fucking get it on his phone. So did you shout my name? I heard you shout my name, but I was freezing up.
I was just checking it. I say you're happy out the way Madara's going and travelling.
Yeah, he's pinging the fence for fun, and I don't want to.
He's jumping well.
He's running well. It's exactly where you want to be. The Patron as well is catching the ice. Made a few mistakes, but he's sticking in there. In Excelsior Theo's jumping just lets him down. Bet he finishes.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, if you look at his recent form, there's more letters there than there are numbers, aren't there?
It's tough, isn't he?
Like an episode of Countdown, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Guard your dreams is fucking coming here.
He is, but he's not travelling as well as the favourite.
Yeah.
Huge love his word as well. Let's just keep an eye on him. He's travelling sweet in behind.
Huge tip.
Oh
my God.
Madara's for the taking now, isn't it?
Way through, away to the left, Galore making an effort. They're closing in on their second lap, and Madara now comes down.
Oh!
Whoa!
Oi, oi, oi!
Cameron came away from it.
Fugitive.
Oh my God, there's fugitive again.
Go
Go on, Madara. Good jump.
Go on,
Madara.
Get up there.
Get him up.
Oh.
Get him up, Harry.
He's not getting past. He's not getting past.
Oh my God.
I've got more. Benicia still in form.
Fucking hell. You just couldn't get past. Well, that was that horse's day anyway. He won't be fucking back on that again.
Yeah, no, that was definitely the day for him. And anyways,
oh my God.
I think there's a few quid knocking about before. I don't know if you have it there. I think that horse might
on the
be
winner.
back.
Paul the Patron there just could not catch a break. He bumped into every single horse in the field, jumped into one at every single fence.
11-2 that one off, man. Jesus, wet like.
Serious money come for that.
I'm fuming. I did a treble today. When I was on with Jack in the week, I put up Terra Firma as my bet of the weekend. And he dead heated earlier. This morning I submitted my selections and I said, "Oh, Terra Firma, this is a smart horse, but the ground's just gone against him." So then I ended up siding with Total Look. I was like, "Oh no," you know.
No. Frustrating. Anyway, we need to crack on and make some money another way. So yeah, unfortunate that one. We have had a tentative selection for me. I did say that I'd leave it alone, but it was the one that I fancied, so I can't really claim it. But still, we'll try to 22s, and obviously, Jack, you had a winner in the first. You got something up in the first? We're making that up.
No, Joe had the winner of the first. I backed it because of
That
Joe
was it.
in the deadies.
Yeah.
The third, which has got Boodles written all over it.
So if we're honest, a bit barren because Joe wasn't on. He was in the comments, and yeah, I didn't really put mine up. Anything you like in the 205? We've got a few minutes before that goes off, as there's a few of us might have to do it in a bit of an order. Jack, start with you, mate. Anything you like over at Doncaster in the next?
Sorry, start with someone else. Let me just get the race up. I don't think about.
No.
Sorry. Is that the Gaborio race?
It is, mate.
Yeah, I tipped them up on I want to say Thursday with Joe. I think it was. Does he know? Very eye catching. The last twice at Cheltenham. Beaten by Senior Chief and then beaten by a Buffalo Soldier. I think he's got one in them. I think 12 stone coming into this company. I think he stands a solid chance. Can't have Gaborio at the price. Chasing Fire. I don't know what happened to that horse. He just don't know what's happened with him and Ollie Murphy. But does he know? 11 to 1. He's drifted like a barge, but little each way. Does he know?
Fair enough. Sean, I'm assuming as a horse racing snob, and this isn't a graded race, you've got no interest in this 0 to 150 handicap.
No, do you know what? I actually seen Jack's angle, I think, is right, and he good form around here. He beat some scope around Doncaster last season. I think if he got out on the front and got himself into a rhythm, he could definitely outrun the big odds that he's at the moment.
Fair enough. Have you put anything up for this morning, Joe? Obviously, I know that you're behind paywall, so I suppose people should be paying for them. But if not, is there anything you do fancy?
Well, I mean, I'm quite interested in Ern River here. He's pulled up in his last 3 starts, but he's a couple of pound lower than when he actually won over course and distance last December. The fact that money's come for him may tell you a little bit of a story that the yard are expecting something perhaps as well. So, yeah, I'd be quite interested in him despite pulling up in his last three starts.
Fair enough. And for me, I've put one up this morning over on Antipost Angle. Straw Fan Jack. Hopefully, he runs much better than Excelsior's Deo did in that. I think the step up in trip is interesting. He was in graded races for far too long. I think when they should have been in high class handicaps. He is down to a nice mark. A bit of money's come for him. He was installed at 50s. I missed that, unfortunately. But yeah, a bit more money has come. I think it's a general 22s, and he opened up at 33s early this morning. So yeah, I'd play him each way, but yeah, I don't mind Joe's angle into Ern River either, to be honest. So yeah, I'd like to see the money come for him. Maybe a Christmas gamble from that stable. So covered nearly half the field, lads. We should be all right.
Say a couple more names just to make sure.
Yeah, who else would we give a mention for?
Can't believe it, there. I'd have had him. I'd have had him 1 to 4 there coming to the last.
If you can't pass a horse when you come in there on the Billy Idol like this, I'd be very concerned about backing him next time.
Yeah, especially around Cheltenham.
Oh yeah, that was definitely the day.
Especially under that weight as well. Like, you know, he's probably going to go up a couple of pounds for that too. So
yeah, that was the day, no more.
They should have waited to try win that race at the DRF again. They won.
English horses going to the DRF, Joe.
And clearing up with.
He was thrown in last time, wasn't he? I mean, James Reevely literally came over from France for the one ride, and that was sort of like how my ears ping. And then I was like, oh, hello, like, you know. How'd you feel then, Liam, about yesterday? Awesome news, like with yeah, I bet you it's hard to soak it all in, isn't it, for you at the moment?
It was, yeah. That's why I just gave myself a few hours. So I had a 2-hour journey down to Wiltshire to drop the old man off after, and then the 2-hour journey back then to Herefordshire. So yeah, I just basically just ignored my phone and just had 4 hours in silence. But yeah, no, it's really nice that I managed to obviously win it jointly with Sharon, and yeah, I was just like the check and the money. Like for me, it was secondary, and I really mean that. It's nice, obviously, and grateful for it. But you see what people have gone on to do, the likes of Dan Overall, Ross Miller, another guy whose name I forget, unfortunately, Harry Orwood himself. They're all now tipping, whether it be for papers or odds checker, like similar to yourself, or matchbooks, racing TV. So I think if you go about it the right way, and stuff, that hopefully it will present some opportunities, and ultimately that's what I'd like to do. I don't want to be trying to flog people warehouse automation. So unless my employers are listening, and I absolutely love my job and I can't wait to get back to work on Monday. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Brilliant, mate. It's so good. It's so good.
We may as well make it like a bit of a watch-along Christmas party. Andrew!
What's happening?
Hey,
Lads, don't have
you
kids.
driving there?
Don't have
Andrew?
kids. I'm driving there.
There's a disciplinary tomorrow, Andrew. 1 o'clock, you said. You're an hour late.
You should be able to drive hands free in a Tesla, Andrew. Take your hands off the wheel.
Don't do that. First off, Liam.
Yeah?
Why are you not drunk?
I'm not drinking, that's why.
Second off, well done. I'm proud of you, kid.
Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
Why are you going to spend all your millions on?
Oh God, I don't know.
He's taking Andrew Blair White and Josh Stacey out for a meal tonight. He's left.
He's gone.
Oh, he's enough.
Pressure.
I've missed every bit of racing today, so I need a quick update.
Oh, you don't want to watch Madara. You do not want to watch that race.
Oh, have you not seen Madgebury yet then, Andrew?
I seen Big Madge. That's about it.
Jesus, what a freak he is.
See, Joe told you 4-year-olds going chasing. Joe told you.
Oh,
okay.
I've got to change my mind with it after seeing that today. Like, you know,
I'm only at the notes that Sean is here. What's happening?
Not too bad. I didn't want to sound like a mug. I was all right on Madara, but fuck me, I thought we were winning a few quid coming to the last. Yeah, that's heart-wrenching stuff.
What happened?
Yeah, I travelled on the Billy Dickey and found 0, so...
Oh, lovely.
We just pulled out more, didn't it? Sorry, I had to jump off, lads. I had to go and find a coaster for me.
For your trophy.
Not too big, is it?
Has there been any standout performances today so far?
Willie's in the brand before. What was it called, Sean? King of the
At the park, is that what you said?
In at the park, yeah. One of them, obviously, Fishy Lane.
Actually, I was just watching the replay back of that last race. That Venetia horse won snugging anyways. Watch Charlie Deutsch. He's confident halfway up the run and he gives him a slap down the neck.
Oh, don't tell me the Venetia's hard one.
Yeah, went off 11-2.
Fuck. I put that up there when I won at Ascot. I would have rather got beat by any horse bar that.
Yeah. Apart from that, there's nothing been really eye-catching, lads, has there, really?
No, nothing that poked the eye. The juvenile sort of fell in a hole. I wouldn't really be following many of them now. I think they're much of a muchness. There's a dead heat in that. Yeah. James Owen's greatest juvenile on earth. Yeah, he has a better one that's already won a grade 2, I'd say. But other than that, I don't think there's been too many.
Yeah, it's looking like East India. Doc looks by far the best of the English.
Yeah.
Jesus, Sean, you never know. You might have a chance with Willie the Hoolie.
He'll be back at Christmas. Don't worry, lads. Don't lose the faith. You see, Rich Richie.
Did you have more on the 20s, Sean?
I sound like a plonk. I got 33 Liam, so unless he goes back out to that, I won't be getting on him. Yeah, I wouldn't lose up hope. Yeah, I had a little laugh to myself on my chap and asked Rich Richie.
That's with 4 band, didn't it?
Rich turns around and goes, "Well, I went in at 20s after that race, anyways."
Yeah, 4 bands on exactly the same. He was being Bernie and then come out with the so it does happen.
Yeah, look.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, look, Christmas is the day. He has to win at Christmas, so
yeah,
that's what you're gonna have to find out.
They're off with Donny anyway.
Right, boys, I will leave you two before I get pulled over and arrested and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Make good contact, though. Good content, but whatever.
No worries, Andrew. We'll see you on Monday Spaces. Well, we won't see you. We'll hear you.
Well done again, Liam, and I like the way you won the back for the check. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
Don't care, boys.
Yeah.
See you, mate.
Who's going to lead as we go over the first fence, and they're all safely over. So it is not 50 with all
Where did Joe go, by the way? Joe should be Joe's gone.
I've just messaged him. He just lost signal. That was all, and now he's back with us. How
Well, over the issue, and I won't wear it right here. Does he know?
See, Joe's down the back arse at Ireland where sometimes signal doesn't actually connect us, so that's an issue.
Liam just texted me, said your signal go. I was like, blimmin' Ireland, like.
No, it's not Ireland, Joe. No, it's not all of Ireland. It's just the bogland.
Just one end.
Just anywhere outside of Dublin. That's that chasing for us somehow, isn't he? God, he hasn't jumped a twig around that place.
He doesn't enjoy it, does he? He's always not been the best over fences. Anyhow, I didn't think he didn't mind. He just win a beginner's chase, didn't he?
And then he just winged that last one, and then sort of like needed to be rousted along. Like he hasn't got a clue what he's doing. This boy.
Jack be happy out. Does he know he's up on the pace?
Yeah, I was literally just going to say that then, Sean. I'm hoping we're right here because he's exactly where you want to be.
Yeah.
Jumping well as well.
Talking about times. Sorry, I know we're watching the race. Talking about times earlier, Joe. Is it something that you'd use for any of your selection to land on the selection or for any tipping?
No, not to be honest, Liam. I'd like to give a bit of insight, but it's just not something that I'm bothered in. Everyone talks about how like Ile Francais like hosed up in the Quarto Star, didn't they, last year? And so he's going to win the King George, and it's just not the case. But I do like when Sean puts up some like sectionals and things like that. I do have a glance on Twitter. They're always worth having.
You don't just have to say it because I'm here, Joe.
No, but honestly though, I'll have a look because you put them up. If I see them on Twitter, but it's not something I personally used to narrow down a selection anyway. Like
Yeah.
But if Sean tells me we've got a weapon because he's gone 100 miles an hour, like I'll have a look. Like
Back to foil, DRF.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Oh, Ern River.
Ern River.
Tell you what, that horse. How many falls has that horse had? That wasn't even a fall. That was more of an unseat, but that falls all the time. That horse.
He just gave up, so I'm not doing this.
Jack, we're going nicely here. I hope he
Yeah. Jumping well in a nice rhythm. He switched off as well.
He was really well backed as well. So as Joe said, must have fancied him. And but you look at his form figures that they're predominantly letters, not too dissimilar to in Excelsior's Dio PPPF now. I'm assuming that is.
Oh, Jim.
He's in hell of a rhythm, does he know, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in a good rhythm. You'd be happy out now.
Most of them travelling pretty comfortably. I thought Pull Again Green was a horse that was quite interesting when he went out for the first time this season. I think it was at Warwick. I think he's off a handy mark. I'm not sure if I don't think today will be his day, but big bad mistake there. But he's got wins in him.
I don't want to like smack on your parade there, but he's a pain, this Pull Again Green, like because he's a horse, like you said, he's got loads of talent, but he just makes it so difficult for himself, like
Yeah.
Like poor jump there for no reason as well.
Jesus, Jack, we're going well here.
I just hope he stays.
Who are you two on, fellas?
Does he know?
Does he know?
He's just
Jesus. Jack's clouted that. I tell you what, the thing in the yellow is travelling really well if something's going to come off the pace.
That's Sail Away, isn't it?
Is it Sail Away?
Scout and plot job.
Go on, does he know? Go on, son. Long running now.
Are we 4 places in this, Jack, is it?
5. The Sky Bet were offering 5.
5, was it?
Forward plan still coming. I don't think he's going to get close enough though.
Take a place, I'll take a place all day.
Oh, the leader's idling here.
The final fence.
Guys, got to go for the jump.
Just a late to not pick me over in second. Forward flank
Forward plan flying.
side with Dazino.
Right, hangs on.
Charlie Rollins is all out.
Not bad, Jack.
Yeah, 11-1.
Tell you what, Kim Bailey deserves a winner after that from Chianti. I'm sure you've all heard the news.
Yeah.
Has he passed? Has he?
No, but he's definitely not well. He's really injured himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. I thought maybe something was at the break.
He started really well this year, Kim Bailey. He was banging in the winners. Then David Bass left. Now he's sort of not got Chianti. It's suddenly turned to a rough season for him, you know?
Yeah. Sad life, isn't it?
Yeah, big time that. Hopefully he wins with like Clondor General in a little while, maybe. Mind you, maybe not. Hopefully not, because I haven't backed him. But sorry, Kim. Sure he's tuned in.
Right, the next one. Oh no, sorry, ignore me. I thought it was Sky Hijack next.
No, I like the look of this race now, the 225. I think it's a good little contest, this.
Agreed, yeah.
Some money's come for Etalon. I think they did suggest that he could well be a graded horse last year. Triple Trade loves it round here. Off a workable mark. Master Chewy. Obviously a good horse. Master Chewy with 12 stone off the back of a run on that ground. Did he fall actually? Did he fall last time?
Yeah.
So obviously he didn't have a full run on that Sandown bottomless ground. Joe, do you fancy anything in this?
Yeah, this is one for my column. I can put it up now. We're close enough to the race. I like Liberty Hunter here. I just think he's sort of like the box ticker this time. I think you could probably run the race 4 or 5 times off different weights and you get all sorts of winners. But Liberty Hunter, and I think Issar Dairy is well handicapped, but probably needs a flatter track. So yeah, quite keen. Well, I say quite keen. I fancy Liberty Hunter to take the win.
Fair enough. Sean, do you like anything in here, mate?
Yeah, I'm the exact same with Joe. I'd throw in on Liberty Hunter here. Just like you look at him, he's good track form around here. He had a fall first time out last season, but he was going well, so that suggests that he is okay fresh. So I just think coming in here, he's that sort of horse. He was running them big handicaps like your Grand Annuals, the 2 mile handicap or Aintree. No disgrace, kept his form the whole way through. He's your favourite man. Cobber's up on board, and I just think you're willing to take on Master Chewy, big weight, off the soft ground, off the fall the last day. You take him on. Issar Dairy, just don't know if he does things right. He's definitely well handicapped. He puts it all together on his day, but sometimes he can just do things wrong. And then Triple Trade, he's the other one that brings good course form in here. Tends to run well around Cheltenham, but I just thought Liberty Hunter straight enough on debut. I think he'll have a big hand to play.
For the Skeltons, Etalon, first run of the season, 5 from 5, 5th from 5 runners, beaten 29 lengths. Second time out, 9th of 9, beaten 62 lengths. Backed in from 16 to 1 to 9s before the off. Things you love to see. Jesus. So they obviously think that he's got a chance. Gee, I'll just see my camera look like I'm in a horror movie. Probably do put some lights on.
Don't worry, RTV will kit you out with a full at-home kit.
Yeah.
4K.
You'll be coming on with 15K cameras.
Yeah, I'll be in 3D. I'll be like a hieroglyph. Whatever you call it.
We'll see the veins in your eyes when Cobber's just flying over the final fence like.
So for me, I think I'd probably chance Etalon just on the basis of the money. And you know what? I'm going to have a couple of quid on him. Given the fact that I've already missed one winner, not the most professional thing to do or disciplined, but look, we're here to have a bit of a laugh, so nothing silly, just a couple of quid for interest. But yeah, it's Etalon for me. Jack had to go to Aintree. Had to go to Anfield to let his brother in. Right, where are we? We talked about exchanges earlier, Joe. Did you play much on the exchange?
Yeah, big exchange player. Not necessarily as much as I used to as such, because the liquidity doesn't quite seem to be there in the same way anymore. But yeah, I like the exchanges a lot. but again, different sport, but particularly for golf, if you're like a 50 to 1 golfer, you can generally get 100 and 125 to 1 on the exchanges. Quite easy to get matched on them as well because of the quantity of the field. But again, I use it a lot for racing as well. I do like to lay horses too. So yeah, big fan of the exchanges. They're certainly worth getting involved in my opinion anyway.
No, I agree. Have any of you tried Matchbook, or I did have a little play with BetDAC. I'm not sure if they're still operational. Any of you tried to use any other exchanges?
No. I heard Smarkets is meant to be quite good, but again, there's not much liquidity in there as well. Like, so
are they an exchange, Joe? I wasn't sure if they were. I thought it was almost like a hybrid of a bookmaker.
Maybe they do both. Funny enough, it's just a fella in my group that talks about it all the time, and he says you can get a price here on Smarket. So I know they do an exchange book effectively anyway, but I'm not totally sure if they're any good or not for example. But
fair enough.
You can't go wrong with a Betfair exchange.
No, you're right. It's where most of the liquidity is, isn't it? Jack, we're just talking through the 225 at Cheltenham, mate. Good little race, I think. I'm going to sort out this lighting, and in the meantime, what do you fancy, mate?
I'd put up in the show on Thursday, Third Time Lucky. I'd definitely keep an eye on him because he ran an incredible race last time out after a long layoff. He has drifted in the market. He's the outside now, 11 to 1. I don't think, you'll only get 2 places. So it's whether you want to take that risk or not. But from a betting perspective, not a major. I'll probably have a little each way on Third Time Lucky, 11 to 1. Well, I have had an each way on him, but I'm happy for any of the rest of them to win. It's not on that's catching my eye.
Is this his second start for Fergal now? Third time lucky?
Yeah, he was second at Cheltenham, weren't he, behind Matata?
That's it.
He was running a nice race, but then just got tired coming into the state. Obviously, Gunsight Ridge fell, so he got the second spot, but I think he'll come on for that.
Oh yeah, I remember the race now. I remember it. Yeah, sure. He did have a lot of talent, like
I fancied him once, Joe, for an Arkle. I
remember him. I remember that day. Yeah.
Because he when I think it was it when Appreciated won the it was when Cigar Hard Appreciated in the bumper, and he ran on to fourth. Wow. Well, no, I think it was when Fernie Hollow won the bumper. He ran on up the hill from a mile back and could finish fourth.
Of course.
He obviously had a decent novice hail campaign and then went straight over fences. And he jumped them like silly. I backed the fancies from the Arkle. Obviously, I was completely wrong, but I did think quite highly of him back in the day. Like,
he's one of the horses as well that he'll just crop up and do something special at one point, And if it's today, like you said, you're getting a good price to find out as well, I suppose.
Yeah,
100%. I think he's worth a little bit, like 1,000,000%. Yeah, but obviously with those 2 places, and it's a tough little race.
I'm a bit concerned with mine here, Liberty Hunt and Sean's. We both on here that he's actually on drift a little bit to 7 to 2. I'd like to have seen a little bit of money for him, to be honest. It maybe as a slight concern, perhaps. Although there has been money at the same time for Issard Dairy, so is that counteracting the fact? If Issard Dairy, if Freddie Mitchell goes and wins on Issard Dairy now and breaks my heart after having a poor run there on Le Patron, it's one of those days. Big.
Yeah. He had a nice winner at Doncaster before. Carrie and Josh Moore, didn't he? Shown that grey horse that won before. What was it called?
Oh, Kaluki Kid.
No. The one before that one. Let me just
Nicky Richards, I think. Kaluki.
Cloud Dancer, the one, the black and red with the white hat, where I fancy Jet Eye in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a decent winner there, won well. It was 12 to 1 outside as well.
I'm just looking. I think it was Liam that put on, was it? He's coming in for a few quid now on the exchanges.
Nice to see.
People want a bit of Liam's tips, I reckon.
And Liam's on Ethelon.
Yes. Also, there's different. There's dependent on. I don't know how any. One point being, Sean, what price can you see currently on the exchange for Ethelon?
6.6.
Mine's just gone to 6.8. 20 quid willing to be matched, but it was 6.4 before that. I don't know how there's different liquidity for each of us.
Let me have a quick look. I'm not logged in. Let me quickly. fucking know.
Yeah, it's bouncing back and forward. He was 7 there. He's back into 6.8. It's people backing and taking him on.
Yeah,
6.8 I can see as well.
Sevens. Maybe it's because I'm on laptop. 6.8 now. 268 quid to be matched. Interested.
Yeah, I've just had my little E12 here. Tom lucky. Mine doesn't win. I don't want to use it. It's nothing majorly fancy, but.
So I withdraw some of that while I'm here. Christmas and all that. Expensive. Yeah, 5-1 on racing TV currently.
Hey.
5-2. He's been well backed, has he, Joe?
Yeah, he has. That's I just mentioned that when you were sorting your lighting out, Liam. Like, it'll be frustrating for me because obviously I backed the Patron with Gary Moore and Freddie Mitchell if they go and win this, and I've tipped up Liberty Hunter, who pretty much saves my day if he wins. But I'd have liked to have seen a bit of money for Liberty Hunter. But Izzardari is the one that's, he's well handicapped if he could put it all together. And the fact that money's come for him again, it's one of those, isn't it? Perhaps connections are expecting something a little bit smart from him. The money, there you go. Echelon, he's into 9-2 now.
Jesus.
How much did you have on him, Liam?
Yeah, it's just me. Just keep pressing Matt.
Jesus, still 6.8. We go again.
This would be a good race.
I'll have to deposit that money back in.
It's a good race, this, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tidy little race.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, for a small field, yeah, very good. Third time lucky. Such a shame about the layoff he had. He looked really impressive over fences when he won. Did he tip up at the last here as a novice? And he was going to absolutely bolt in.
Yeah, I fancied. I was saying just then, I fancied him for an Archel.
Yeah, nice front running jump away over two.
Yeah, ran well. Coming down the other side of the course, coming downhill, coming towards into the straight. When
he just got Izzardari just topping the market there just before the off.
Let's get this on.
Here they come. Oh, they're off for the Bet MGM handicap chase over the extended 2 miles of the new course.
Go on then, Cobbers. I'll be shouting Cobbers this time.
Yeah, Liam's done it all day.
And red, the leading pair, and the first fencing jumps it pretty well. Master Chewy and the maroon and white landed in place, followed by third time lucky.
Echelon pulls to the back again.
And then the nose-bounded Liberty Hunter. And Echelon is held up at the back of the field as Izzardari.
Master Chewy made a bad mistake.
Hey, what's a quick turnaround? Master Chewy had a nasty fall in the last week against Jumbo. I'm surprised he's running out so quick.
He made a bad mistake there, the second as well. So there might be some early signs that he's paid and that's left its mark a little bit.
Yeah.
I must be honest there, lads. This looks like Izzardari's for the taking now. Now he's got off in front. I think we're gonna. I think he wins this easy now.
Yeah, Izzardari.
Yeah, I do. I think the fact they've gone forward with him speaks volumes here.
Such a sedate pace as well, isn't it? Nothing's
it's not a strong gallop.
Tempo.
I'd like Liberty Hunter to be much closer here, I must be honest.
Yeah.
What's he on the exchanges? Izzardari? You can't be big price from there, can he?
6-4 on Sky Bet and the exchange and more.
Yeah, he's just above 6-4 on the exchanges.
Yeah, this is.
Izzardari draws to it. Over triple trade. They've been the leading pair from the outset. He's pretty assured there.
Oh, come on, Cobbers. You can't go that far back here, man.
And on there towards the water they go. Steadily approaching halfway. Izzardari.
Oh, he's nimble as well, this front runner.
Yeah.
Behind third place, and then third time lucky and Liberty Hunter and Echelon is written cold at the back of the field as they
Gone odds on already. God's sake, man, you can't be doing that.
defending the advantage a little
I
further.
don't know how all that money's come for Echelon. Everyone just must think that everything that runs poorly is a plot for Skelton, and I've been
Yeah,
lured in.
that's it.
None of these behind is Sardaria jumping well either.
I actually thought our one wasn't jumping too bad, Joe. I just think he's too far back.
He is too far. Look, in the front row, he's winging these these fences. Man.
Like he's traveling well in Cobden's hands. I just think that he's tracking the wrong horse. Like as in, he's come out now behind Master Chewy, but
he is.
Fifth from home.
Like I said, at that first fence or second fence, like you can't blow away.
They're the leader. Harry Cobden's going well.
He's still holding on to second. However, as they begin the turn,
He's pretty much 1 to 3 on the exchanges now. This
is he that short? Is he, Joe?
The front runner, yeah, 1 to 3.
Jesus, I don't know if you're taking that now. You had a little look at that one.
And Issar Dairy leads them on the descent. The run down now towards the third last.
Liberty Hunter's closing in on the market, though.
Yeah, I think if anyone's going to beat him, Joe, it's going to be ours. He's travelling quite well in behind, but we'll see now.
Yeah.
Pink is in touch in 5th place, and Etalon has yet to improve from the rear.
Echelon, got to be scared.
Issar Dairy.
Yeah, he's been miles off the pace, even when they were going 27 miles an hour.
Behind. It's a long way home from here, however, they still
Issar Dairy is gone and hosed, boys. I'm telling you now.
Liberty Hunter's coming.
to jump. Issar Dairy with a 3 to 4 length.
Cruising.
Is now moving
I don't know. This.
Go on, Cobbers.
Covering his move, and these two
You need
now
to win this last.
Issar Dairy triple trade.
Second last, whoever.
Issar Dairy
Oh, is Cobbers teasing us? Is he teasing us?
Son.
now cruising up to come and challenge.
Oh, look at him, mustard. Arms in, not even moving, all legs.
The cheeky one.
Is that Keith Donahue? Look at that.
Liam's got a hard on.
That's a good one there now. And Joe, as you said, like it's easy to forget now we were watching back, but Hardy's had an easy lead out there in front, and I think he's done that the hard way, you know.
He has in the end, yeah, that's it. Oh, I'm chuffed. That's got me in profit on the odds checker column as well, 2 days in a row now.
Well done, mate.
Just though, only just today. That's like I needed it, you know. It was either just okay or.
How short did this Hardy go in the end, Joe?
1 to 3.
Yeah, I was just when you were worried when they came across the hill and he hit one there. I was just like,
you said, you said, didn't you? Like you said, you can't, you know.
Yeah, no, not after booming around. I'm just saying, like when he was coming across, when he hit that one, you just made me think maybe Liberty Hunter has more of a chance.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like you got it right. Like, I was saying you got it right. You said as soon as he hit that one, you're like, oh, it might not be as clear cut as the market's saying now. Like, you know, go on, Liberty.
Interesting ride on for Skelton on Echelon. Never ever put in the race.
It was very interesting, wasn't it?
Now that Liam's on RTV, we'll say it right. Do you want to say it properly, Jack?
I don't know what Jack's suggesting, but it does not support the views of Liam.
There's bigger days ahead in the locker, probably, for Etalon.
Struggle to go the pace. Even though
on a going day today.
What have you boys got planned over Christmas then, as far as WatchAlong goes? There's so much going on. Have you nailed anything down, or?
I think Welsh National we're going to try and do on the 27th.
Brilliant.
So yeah, that should be good. There's also racing at Leopardstown as well that day, I think, isn't there?
Yeah.
So yeah, probably do the 27th. Other than that, I don't think we've got anything else scheduled in. We'd scheduled stuff in basically to the turn of the year. So yeah, we'll probably then play it by ear thereafter, I think.
Yeah, not an I'm racing. Boxing Day and going 20. I'm hoping
Stevens' Day, not Boxing Day. Stevens' Day, we call it.
Depends where you are, Sean.
Joe's even calling it Stevens' Day, and he's only a couple of months in Ireland.
I tell you what, West Balboa's 6 to 4.
Yeah, I just looked at that myself as well, Jack, and said to myself, I don't know, it's a bit strange, isn't it? She's a heavy drifter. I didn't think she'd.
That's a heavy drift, that.
Do you reckon it's just a concern that she was so bad over fences that suddenly people have just
maybe.
She wants a 3, weren't she?
Yeah, early stages she was.
That's in. That's in.
Go on, Liberty. Gotta say my bacon.
That's right.
And now I got, and Jack, do you got the Aintree? Aintree's your local, isn't it, obviously?
Yeah, Aintree. I can piss on Aintree from where I am here now. And Haydocks.
Yeah,
Haydocks 20 minutes down. I'm out half an hour from Chester, but I don't like Chester. I was saying start of the show. I don't go to Chester. I don't like Chester.
Yeah. No, I'm about 20 minutes from Leopardstown myself. I plan to be out there. I'm hoping to drag Joe along one of the days. He doesn't like leaving that warm comfort of the fire and sofa and couch and the TV. You know, he's.
Yeah, I am that guy. Honestly, I quite like sitting at home with a coffee, some snacks, and just putting my feet up and watching it. Like, you know.
Yeah, I go to Aintree all the time. Like, I love, and then I go. I'd like to say I go to 85-90% of the jumps meetings at Haydocks as well. I just drive down there, just go on my own.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I've done so many of the tracks in England, Jack, but I've never done Haydocks. Like, I've never been to Haydocks.
Haydocks. I'm maybe being biased. I said it a few weeks ago, but it's probably my favourite track. It's just the way it's set up. It's big. It's like it's great atmosphere. I love it, and that's not me being biased. Actually, is one of my favourite tracks. It's a better track than Aintree for me. Aintree's obviously like Cheltenham, like it's huge, like stands everywhere. But for a small track like Haydocks, I love it. The atmosphere is quality there.
I need to go when I'm back. Like when I'm back over, like we'll go to a couple of meetings. I might even come up to Aintree, like, you know. But like I said, that's it. If I can get myself off the couch, like I love just. This is probably why I, regardless of being Cheltenham born and bred, why I like the DRF so much. We stay at the Clayton, which is here, and then you've got the race course right next.
You have to fucking drag Joe over to the track, and it's only about a stone throw away.
Man, honestly.
I've still got my hotel for the Clayton, so I'm gonna try my best to get come down. But obviously with the missus being pregnant now, it's a bit like up in the air. So
is she pregnant at the moment? Is she? When's your little one due then, Jack?
The end of May. So it's a bit.
Okay.
It's 2 months. You still got 2 months, but you know
it's quite late though, isn't it? Then. Yeah,
it's a bit late. I'm gonna try. I've still got my hotel.
Jack, we'll buy it 48 hours. We'll get you over for 48.
I know. Well, I'm going to try my best. I really want to do it. Me and Joe have been since last year, haven't we, Joe?
Yeah,
I've never ever been to Ireland, Sean. Never.
Yeah.
Oh, have you not?
Never been to Ireland. I've stopped off on the way. When I go to America, I've stopped off twice in Dublin to go to America. Twice, but
I'm Dublin now. I'm the city centre. I'm literally I'm the stone throw 20 minutes, 25 minutes away from Leopardstown. Like that's my local track. But yeah, I just think the DRF, I know you probably harp on about. I know Andrew probably harps on about it as well. Just in terms, like I'd be a Cheltenham festival goer, and just in terms of value for money, like I just don't think you can.
Everybody I also said the same.
It's like 60 quid for 2 days racing. It's bleeding bonkers. I always ask myself, I'm like,
you're doing it right over there.
Yeah, and it promotes the right thing, like. You know, a little bit of messiness. Now, it's not as big as they make out, and obviously the little problems get blown up because they go all over social media and stuff like that. But like, you go racing in Ireland, and Joe might be even able to tell you, I think the experience is a little bit different. Just in terms of you've hardcore lads there now that are out 5 days a week at racing. You have lads that are coming 100%. Over, maybe they make their trips every now and then. But anyone that's there. For this way, I'd say there's a very small, minute amount of people that are just there to go on the drink. Everyone that's there has a massive interest, and like you'd say, like even like in terms of like we'd go past so many people and you'd be chatting to them, and like you just everyone has a good depth of knowledge about the racing, and sure, like you get collared, and all of a sudden you're there 50 minutes and you're saying. Hey, missing a race, you know, like it's great to see all the people and get talking, but it's just like then you're back in the Clayton and like you're talking shy for 6-7 hours nearly, whereas each other, you know, like it's.
Yeah, I'm going to try my best to try and come down. Sorry, Joe, 100%. I'm going to try and come.
It's just honestly, Jack, it's just unreal, man. Like Sean said, you're at the racing because it's the way it's just laid out. People see and they're like, oh yeah, sound like the channel. It's wicked, man. It's great fun, man. Honestly, it's brilliant, like, you know. And then Sean said, when you get back to the Clayton, we just have a big table. There was all of the finishing line boys. There was all of the lads you came with, Sean. So I met all of your lot's friends. We had me, Jamie, Scotty, the Cheltenham Exchange. And we even had like Patrick Mullins and all there, weren't they? On the one day, and Dennis.
But like but this is the thing. Like I think, like signals will get mixed a little bit. Like as in, you sit around. If you're sitting on the table next to us, you think we're all killing each other. Like, like everyone is just like everyone has their opinion. It's great. Like, and in terms of like, no one's afraid of their own opinion at the same time. Like, if I strongly fancy one and Joe strongly fancies one in the same race, like it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh Jesus, I can't throw in me 2 pence here.
No. I mean, when we were there last year, look, I rocked up with my Marine badge and my arms in the air, everything, like, then he bombed out and I got some stick, but it was great fun, like, brilliant.
That's
it really was.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, I find the Irish culture, again, I've been Cheltenham born and bred, but I'm probably not going to go to the Cheltenham Festival, but I'm definitely going to the DRF, like, even though one's on the doorstep, effectively when I'm back, like, unbelievable, it really was, like, but, I just can't wait, man. Literally just can't wait to get back. It's 6 weeks away, something like that now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We were only talking about this the other day. It's actually nuts how close it is. Like, it rolls around pretty quickly. You get around to Christmas, and then all of a sudden you're in January and it's a month away, and you're saying, "Oh God, where's the 12 months gone?"
Well, West Ham was 9-4.
Oh my God,
West
she
Ham
can't win. She can't win now. Sure. What prices? Why not?
7-4 favourite.
Oh wow, the money's there then already for that.
Jack, has she ever ran over 3 miles? I just had a quick glance.
Yeah, didn't she run in the hurdle, the long walk or the long distance hurdle?
Oh, Ascot.
Yeah.
Did she? No, I was just thinking like heavy money. I was just wondering. I was trying to have a quick look there. I couldn't find.
What was the ink she went over when she won?
No, not West Balboa. No, West Balboa definitely. I'm just curious of why not.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant.
No, she hasn't.
Just the thing at the back, I'm just saying if you're following money, maybe a air of caution.
Right, let's see what the hey, Liam.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate, we were bashing on about Dublin Racing Festival. We're getting a bit carried away.
Oh, I love it. It's amazing. I don't know whether there's got to be a backable price, surely. Or I wouldn't ignore markets, but it wouldn't be the be all and end all for me. So I'm half tempted. But then again, I just don't play at these sort of prices, to be perfectly honest.
I've just had a little call with it there just to.
So a screenshot sent to me and said, "Joe, is this you? There's like a tipping competition." I've just asked, "What is it in?" Joe Knight is right at the top of this leaderboard. I was like, "No, it's not me, unfortunately." Like, there's another. There might be another Ginger Joe somewhere.
Oh, did you see Liam's tweet this morning? Someone's made an anti-post angle for him account.
Oh, you're joking?
Oh, have they?
Yeah, and because like I didn't know what he was going to grow into, my actual handle is at antipost value, which obviously doesn't help when it's at. And so this guy or girl has got at antipost angle, and they set it up a day ago or 2 days ago. So perhaps they saw the fact.
Welcome to the famous life, Liam.
Oh.
Tried to take it as a compliment.
Oh, that's frustrating though, right?
It is slightly, yeah. I don't think.
Probably not bad. You fucking shared it, would you?
Sharon, she's a nice woman to be there.
I think there was an account as well. Someone tried to set up a Ginger Joe Racing, but I think they were going to use it to be nasty or something, or claim, that things are from me and stuff. But it looks like they haven't gone through with it because there's the account there, but no picture or anything so they must have got bored.
Yeah. It's a lot of hard work, isn't it? Even just to impersonate someone, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's
crazy, like some of the things people like try to get up to online. It's
yeah.
Anyway, just
they haven't hung about. Why not? Have they? They've taken the bull by the horns. They've gone out the front, so they're obviously not too worried about stamina issues.
Oh yeah, I'll tune into this one now. I've got a big. So I'm part of Racing Club VIP. I run, it's like a syndicate site. Effectively, we've got loads of different horses. We've got a runner at 3:45 called Tiny Rebel at Southall. He's a massive price and probably way out of his league here, but just got to give him a quick shout out. The 125 to 1 outsider. Here we go.
Oof.
Got to have a quid or two, haven't you?
But we do have a good one called Wendigo, who's going to be running in the Challow on the 28th. Yeah, like proper horse. This is like going to be in with some good ones, but he's certainly entitled to take his place.
Even to have a runner in that race is brilliant, though, Joe. To be fair, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
Saddle one up.
I've got quite a big chunk in him as well. There are shares available at sort of £60 a piece, but I've got a large percentage of him myself.
Lovely.
So yeah, we'll just see what happens really.
A few friends of mine
They're
have
not
bought one. Yeah. Cheltenham. Sorry, Jack. What are you saying?
They're not messing about, so why not? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. They're definitely not worried about stamina issues. And anyways,
Yeah.
Fun fact: Alice Stevens, the jockey, went to school with my brother.
Oh, really?
all right.
And when the flat jockey,
Leave her at that.
Alex will be, yeah. Any of you lads ever ridden a horse?
No.
What's it?
Ridden a donkey on Blackpool Beach, if that counts.
What's that, Jack?
I've ridden a donkey on Blackpool Beach, if that counts.
Did you start getting
I've ridden not in yards, but not racing yards.
Never won a gallop.
As you can tell, Joe, I'd say racing was probably out the window for me at the age of about 10 when I probably went over 5'10", you know, like
yeah.
that was me out the window for that.
Yeah, you're certainly a tall fella, Sean, that's for sure, man.
How tall are you, Sean?
Oh, 6'2", 6'3". That's the first thing everyone says to me. Is like, Jesus.
What about you, Jack? How tall are you?
I say 6 foot.
He's 5'10" and a half.
I'm touching 5'11". 5'10", but I'm there.
5'8". You'll be 3
I
foot
reckon
2.
I'm on the 6 foot line, maybe just below.
He's
But when I
like-
say 6 foot, like I said, it sounds much better.
You're winding this up a long way out, isn't she?
Yeah, I think West Balboa's being.
I just have it's never gone 3 months. She's winding her up coming out of straight here, and it was a long way down that Doncaster straight.
That's interesting you say that, actually, Sean. That's quite interesting. Like you said, but
So anyone's in for a chance here.
I don't want to say it, but this is starting to look like bloody West Balboa's race all of a sudden.
She's swinging.
She is swinging
Yeah,
like it.
going down. Some jump there from the leader.
In second, West Balboa in third, a length and a half away, but Keeneland Woods over the third.
Yeah, West Balboa's cooked, I'd say.
But in a spring-heeled lead.
Yeah, why not? It's got this, yeah.
Being ridden in second, West Balboa likewise in third.
Isn't it amazing how sometimes they just know they're not ready to go?
Yeah.
They know they're going to stay 3 months, kicking on 7 furlongs out at Doncaster.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a long running though.
It's a long. She's not stopping. She's at the ping in the last there. Money well found. Whoever started that.
1 to 3 out of 5 to 2. Third.
Crazy, isn't it?
She's hacked up. I might be wrong. I think she has golden ace form, has she? I think she might have been stuffed last season by her in that handicap.
Not sure. Haven't paid too much attention to her form, must say.
I back Liberated Light here. I put a tweet out about him when he ran last time out. He finished 7th. Never jumped a twig. And ran on to finish 7th. Very eye-catching, to be fair. I just had a little 10 on him there just to. I'd track him and put him in my notes that I'll have to back him next time out. So I put a little point on him, but I went and watched his last runs and he seems to do it a lot. He seems to struggle to jump and then run on late in the day.
Is
but
this in the handicap over in Ireland, is it?
Yeah. He's 130 favourite.
The one that I'd fancy in this, and I'm going to have a little bit on the exchange actually on the win only market, is Dragon's Pass. Miller on board, takes off 5, back down to a nice mark.
Back in one set, fellas.
Tell you what, it'll be some work if you imagine we'd unboxing day, watch along. It'll be imagine
Oh.
our heads will be up the wall like hurry up. It'll be some fun.
We'd have to start at like 6 a.m. to preview all the cards. Do the cards first, and then we'll just watch the races.
I went to 80 last year, and like by the time the 80 race had finished, I went and got my winnings or whatever. Like I'd missed 3 races that I wanted to watch. I'm like, oh, there's literally no fucking point.
Yeah. Right. How's this going?
It's in a nice position. It was about 15 lengths off the pace last time.
Dragon's Path, then Port Rashid, and the little break back to Lily's Girl. Not up the straight, they come to stage 4 and 5. Get away to get away. Over by 2-3 lengths, and Marvel, Leah, 4 Darlington. Long Kelly close in the middle. Followed by Stride, Dadian, Liberated Life.
I actually didn't even realise, Liam, Jack, I actually have one backed in this myself. I backed Miss Leah each way in that Fairly House race. Thank God you said that. I was just trying to scroll through to find out. I had a feeling that Paul was around this time.
Get away to get away, Jordan Gaines.
Sure.
Say that again?
Is that the Rothwell horse?
Yeah.
Paddy Cleary, 2 lengths Flint and Miss Leah. Put it on Royce ground by Port Darlington. On a hat-trick. On deep side, Dadian,
There's a couple of my group that have logged that are tuned in here, Liam and Jack. Like,
oh, right.
They said, Ginger Joe, can you do the full commentary on the next race on the watch along? We want to hear your best Richard Hawes impression. No chance.
Not a problem. You can take it away, mate.
My mum always says to me, she's always like, I want to hear you try commentary. Like, we'd have a good laugh, like, you know, sat there with your family watching the race and trying to do the commentary. So maybe one day I'll give it a go. I bet it's a lot harder than what meets the eye, though, you know?
Absolutely, yeah, 100%.
I struggle the best of days just to get words out. I'd stand out, no chance. Honestly, I would have no chance.
The fella that's tuned in is called JK. You can have a go if you want, I'll tell you, but I don't fancy that myself.
Right, Dragon's Pass is struggling. Still in with a shot, aren't you, Sean? And Jack, sorry, what are you on again? Whereabouts are you in the field?
Related light. The white and blue getting ridden to get a bit closer now. This seems to be, it always happens soon, but it does run on all the time.
Yours is running in snatches a bit, Sean, isn't it?
Yeah. I just seen she's travelling back in here. She's just in behind. Trying to cut the one off the inside. Anyways, I hope he doesn't take up too much petrol doing it.
Yeah, we're a good size at it then. He's going to have to go wide.
Slowly getting into it, man. Like, he keeps asking us to get closer and he comes back on the bridle, but
Dicing Mr. Sean's.
I think it's beat, to be honest, but see what happens. There's the favourite coming the outside now. My man should find here now. Always does it down to the win, but always finds in the streets.
Come on then, Leah. Oh, this thing's absolutely...
Oh my God.
I'm second last.
Winners won well. Man was ran right into them. Had no chance for.
This thing's powering home into third. Might even grab second, perhaps. No. Stayed on well, though.
Right, here he is anyway. Skyjack, hijack. 6-4 he is now.
One for you, Jack, in it, with the name Jack in it.
Yeah, I actually like him. I fancy him, to be fair.
Yeah, I think it's a messy race, isn't it? Like I always say to myself, when handicappers are coming up like this, what point do they stop getting integrated company?
Yeah.
And I look down, you have a French horse in a second favourite. I don't know. Clondalk General, I think, would want deep ground. And Western Knight, he beat Excello the last day. I don't know, I think it could be one I get interested in running, to be honest with you, because I think if they let Skyjack hijack away, I think it could be Corntons.
Yeah. I think the danger's Western Knight.
Yeah. I just think the ground's probably going to be quick for the Bailey horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely has for Clondalk General.
Yeah, Western Knight, I've put that up over at Anti-Post Angle. I just think potentially Skyjack Hijack might be exerting a little bit more effort and energy than he's shown, given the fact this will be his 5th run in 47 days. He's obviously continuing on the improve. But that Western Knight, I can't really understand his rating given his back form. Beat that Excello, battled well, and he's still rated lower than him. And I'm assuming that he ran to 4. The third blew out a little bit, the JP odds on horse that day. But
yeah, King of Utopia. I think that was.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, 2 from 2 over hurdles. For me, hopefully 3 from 3 for Jack. Hopefully 2 from 3.
Yeah, I was against Skyjack Hijack when he won at 80 in October, about 4 starts ago. And when he won, I was like, I cannot be on the wrong end of the stick with him again. I need, no matter what he
wasn't well handicapped then, was he, Jack?
Oh, he went up 35 pounds since. Crazy.
But it's bonkers. Like, and I don't say this like faint-heartedly. He's probably one of the best hurdlers I've seen.
Especially novice hurdlers. How he jumps.
His hurdling technique is outrageous.
Yeah. 6-4.
Who are you all on here then, lads? Who do you fancy, boys?
Skyjack Hijack.
Western Knight for me.
Western Knight for you, Liam.
Yeah, I haven't had a bet now myself, but I might get interested in running, to be honest with you. I think Liam's one is the one I'd be looking at taking on the favourite. But I think if they let that favourite slit the field, I'd be worried. But I'll say it in play if I have a bet.
Yeah, fair enough. Can't make my mind up. I'm definitely not backing Skyjack Hijack, but it's just because I keep trying to take him on. I know if I back him, he'll suddenly get turned over, like, you know.
Yeah.
Clondalk General and about that time are quite interesting. Like you said, they're definitely going to need softer ground. But they finished 1 and 2 in their point to point. Clondalk General beat about that time, and then they've come on since and both won on their debut. So I definitely have an eye on them with the future. I've got a little bit of a feeling here, though. I'm not massive on these French horses, but I've got a feeling Jet Blue could be quite smart. I've got a feeling perhaps this is the one that they've come over for this weekend. But at the same time, I do have a bit of interest in Western Knight as well. So I'd have it between the second and third favourite here, Jet Blue and Western Knight. Like Sean said, this might be one for me in that sense because I like the pair to take a look at these ones in play. I'll get the exchanges open, I think, for an in-play punt on one of the two.
Yeah, like
even the Frenchie coming over, as Joe's touched on, like first run for the yard, sending her over to Cheltenham is the big shout, and Reevely's in the saddle.
I'll have a look at his pedigree because all his forms on on deep ground. Yeah, it's not here. I mean, that's what's putting me off Clondalk General.
Yeah,
and about that time sort of thing. So they've got that point-to-point form together, and then they've both won since, but probably going to need a bit of cut. Let's have a look at this. Jet Blues by Marteline. This is a proper nice stallion. This is. Then out of a Saint de Saints mare.
Same sire as Caldwell Potter, so you think potentially he'd prefer a bit more cut.
Yeah. And he is first time up over the trip as well. Just to note that, just for anyone, he hasn't run over further than 2 mile 2, so he's up a good bit in trip here.
What I will say is on the dam side, he's out of a dam who is by a horse called Saint de Saints. That's the side for like Protect the Rat, Jackadam, Fast or Slow, Gentleman to Me as well. I think from there, got some really good horses. But I think most of those are sort of soft ground sort of horses too, aren't they?
Yeah, I suppose apart from Gentleman to Me, he'd like it like a road, wouldn't he?
Course, yeah. Let's have a go. I'm getting involved, fellas. I'm going to have a go on JetBlue. Let's do it.
Yeah, happy days.
Hopefully he's got a little bit of class. I'm hoping this is, like I said, hoping this is the horse that they're over here for. I know they had Isio Madrick in the Hunter Chase who got brought down, so we won't really find out.
Oh, lads, that's Stumptown. Jesus, man, if there's anything taking our eye out, he absolutely loved that play. I just couldn't believe it. He carted around for 3 miles, 4 furlongs, and yeah, look, I'd say he's like, I know you've seen that French horse, Sweet David, win. But I don't know the prices, but he has to be one now. You have to see what the handicapper does. It's not forget. Handicapper knows that Keith Donoghue had about 10, 15 lengths up his sleeve as well. But it'd be interesting. But I haven't seen a horse just like love it around. It's really sparking up. Like, look, they thought he was decent horses. He was in around the Ultimates, Kim Yours and stuff like that. He was a decent horse before, but he absolutely took to that cross-country track, and it's brought a new revelation of him. You just watch him travel. I don't think I've seen a horse travel as strongly around them cross-country fences in a long time. But it just shows you can spark up some, you can just make horses like the old books get a bit better or make you love the game again.
Yeah, and what I like about him as well, Sean, is like he was only just getting going around the final bend. Like, you're like, Jesus, he's got tons in hand here, like, you know.
Yeah.
And I mentioned on Jack's watch-along, it was a case that they were either searching for a little bit of a mark and waiting for Cheltenham, or he could just go off and win with a string of ones, and it looks like that's probably the more likely case now, you know?
Yeah.
I know he won twice around Punchestown Banks, but I was advised as well and told quite heavily, they were like, it's very different to the Cheltenham Banks, but look, he's come over here and done it now as well. It's like, impressive.
I would say the 2 tracks are chalk and cheese, but it's the same thing of like, there's certain... Keith Donoghue touched on it yesterday. Like certain jumps at Cheltenham, like the bush jumps and stuff, the hedges and all, you can go straight through them. There's nothing in between. Where some of the Irish tracks, you're up and down now with cheese wedges. There's banks, and there's not as much of them around Cheltenham. You're sort of jumping obstacles around Cheltenham a lot more than going up and down banks, say, around Punchestown. But yeah, look, it's not a given that you translate your Punchestown form to Cheltenham, but he definitely has.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was still disappointed he couldn't win the Kim Yor. He got beat by Angel's Dawn, didn't he? But that day you saw how good of a jumper he was. And then he won at the January meeting as well on the new course. Now he's won right-handed around the banks at Punchestown. Now he's going left-handed around the banks at Cheltenham. It's like this horse jumps for fun. He's not hitting the deck anytime soon anyway. That's for sure, like, you know?
Yeah.
And he's only 7. He's only a 7-year-old as well.
Yeah.
Jesus. This is like the new Delta work, but for Cromwell instead of...
More money for Skyjack Hijack. A little bit of a drift on the French horse. Everything else pretty much remained the same, hasn't it? Go on, Joe. No, you go, mate.
I was just going to say, I've had a fairly decent punt on the Frenchie here. Like, I know, just sort of mentioned that a minute ago, but I've had a decent size punt anyway, so hope we get a good run for it.
Well, you'd hope that one of us are going to come out of this with a few quid, because we've got top in the market between us.
until I back one and run it and it gets beaten.
Yeah. Four of the 5 in the field, and we still don't manage to back a winner. That'd be shocking, wouldn't it?
Yellow car will hose up now.
11 to 8, hijack. Sorry, lads, I was just setting the match up on my laptop.
You got the Liverpool game on, Jack?
Yeah.
How far away are you from Anfield then, Jack?
From my mum and dad's, probably a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but from here, from where I am now, probably be about 40 minutes. I just drive to my mum and dad's, and I'll put my car, my mum and dad's, and walk from there.
Yeah, ideal, man. That sounds ideal, that does.
Yeah. The only thing is, though, Joe, for the walk from my mum and dad's, it's like that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's all right walking home. Oh, getting up there's a fucking killer.
You can roll home, sort of thing, can't you? Just fall down the hill.
Yeah. Like Skyjack,
I don't really want them to let him have it all his own way up front or apply a bit of pressure because obviously
he's having to go a good clip to keep it there. But Liam, one thing I would say,
Damn Time is upsides him about Damn Time in the green and blue. They're already moving on towards the third. The early flights come up quickly in 3 milers. On the new course, Skyjack, Hijack, again very nimble. Slight error in third place from Yellow Car, but nothing of any great significance. And now they move into the left-hander, which will carry them across the far side of the course and on to the fourth. Skyjack, Hijack, settling down in front, has now got Clondor General for company, with Yellow Car in behind the leading pair, and then About Damn Time and Western Knight, who each moves past JetBlue, who drops back to be last of the half dozen. Skyjack, Hijack leading them over the flight at the top of the hill. That was the fourth. And now
he does jump them so well, doesn't he?
Skyjack, Hijack.
yeah, he does. Yeah, when he.
And 27.
the Grizzard horse we're on is a big old thing, isn't it? A lot of him.
So,
The second horse.
Starting fourth position.
Yeah, it's massive.
No car in the slipstream, the leading pair running down the hill. And then Western Knights, who races wide of About Damn Time. And JetBlue looks on in the final position as they continue this extended gallop between flights 4 and 5. Skyjack, Hijack, Condor General within 3 parts of a length. And then Yellow Car.
Oh.
Was over neatly enough, and now they towards the straight. And Skyjack, Hijack, Condor General, Yellow Car still poised in behind them at this still very early stage, and then Western Knight wide of About Damn Time, and lastly JetBlue on the run towards the 6th before they go out and do it all over again in this Grade 2 Albert Bartlett Novices Hurdle. Skyjack, Hijack up to around 30 miles an hour now. It's just been varying the pace by 1 or 2 miles an hour in the last half mile or so at the 6th.
Ooh.
Just got in tight to that, Skyjack.
I'm happy enough now, lads. The one out in front I'd be a bit wary on. I thought the horse in second, what's a Clondor General, Kim Bailey's horse. He looks to be travelling quite well there. I'm going to play him. He's just over 3-1 in the market at the moment.
In the wake
Which horse you playing, sorry, Sean?
They started from
Clondor General. He's just over 3-1 in the market at the moment.
No, I've got a feeling they're keeping him intact here, and when they come down the hill towards the final 2 hurdles, I reckon they'll let him go. Yeah, they sort of pushed away now.
Again, Skyjack, Hijack, fluent.
It's different ball game for these novices when they come to Cheltenham. He's been winning at flat tracks, like, you know.
Yeah.
His momentum, however, he's going a bit quicker now. He's up 32.
He just loves it, though. He doesn't seem bothered. I know he's hitting a few. He doesn't seem bothered. Really.
Trying to draw the
82 mile an hour.
As he draws to the next flight.
Could fall in a hole. That was a good jump.
Yeah.
One side of the hurdle.
I reckon he'll let go of the reins coming down the hill towards the second last.
To the 9th. Over quickly from Clondor.
Then it's catch me if you can, or if I can stay.
Going up into third. You sense that James Reevy on JetBlue doesn't want to allow Skyjack, Hijack too much lead here. And they are just beginning to close in as they race across the hill on towards the third last. They've still got a very long way to gallop, however. Skyjack, Hijack to
I think this is between JetBlue and Western Knight.
Wide. And Western Knight and About Damn Time are firmly in touch. There's little more than 5 lengths covering the field, but Skyjack
so good.
gaining lengths there over Yellow Car, who hit it hard, and now he comes under a bit of pressure, trying to hang on in there on the inner in 4.
Western Knight
to come on down the hill on the long approach to the second last. Skyjack, Hijack then stacking them up.
Not much jumping here in the last part. Isn't there not 2 flights in the last 7 furlongs, so they're getting going fairly early here.
Quietly,
giving him a breather here as well.
Having to work hard to stay in touch.
Western Knight's the one.
As they come careering on.
You've got this right there, Jack. Though they're going to let him go late, aren't they? Just get him.
Yeah, give him a breather. Watch. He'll let him go now. Watch. I'm not saying he'll win, but he's giving him a heavy breather there.
Go on, Reed.
Just think it's hurdling might win it for him because mine's jumping like a dog.
No, there he goes.
That one as well.
Blue's sticking there though.
Go on, Reevely.
Knight is moving out after them now. Pokes his nose bad in, headed into third.
Come on in, Brendan.
Yellow Car is still there on the inside. Still 5.
Go on, Reevely.
Keep travelling. Keep travelling, big lad.
To face the final flight. Skyjack, hijack headed, and JetBlue is the first to commit. Frankly sends him on. The Knight in the black and white is moving out after him. Still a long run down to the last.
JetBlue
will need to see it out with his stamina here. On down to the last. He's 3 lengths ahead of Western
Good job,
Knight.
you good thing.
He
fiddled it.
but he
Go
came
on,
away
JetBlue.
clear. Western Knight is trying to erode the deficit. They've got 150 knots to cover up the hill.
Well
And
done, Joe.
JetBlue continues to power on under James Reevely for Daddy Cotton and a birthday winner for Una Caroline Tisdall. JetBlue proves his stamina and runs out a ready
Go
winner.
on, you good thing. Chuck for that one. Buzzing.
Well done, Joe. Good shout.
Well, that's all based on Skyjack hijack. It was good while it lasted.
Enough for the day.
Cheers, fellas.
He just didn't jump at the same fluency, didn't he? Not at some points, Jack. He hit 1 or 2. We haven't seen him do that in the past.
Yeah. I don't think I don't think he'd have been a good enough. He just didn't stay up the lead. To be fair, like, I don't know who said it before. You can't do what you've been doing on flat section and expect come and do it at Cheltenham. That's that bubble burst anyway.
Right, boys. I suppose we best start rounding it up to a degree. Has anybody got any fancies for any races that are left to run later this afternoon? Anything you fancy in the last? Is there a race over at Doncaster as well as at Cheltenham?
I'll just touch on the trade that I obviously gained today. The third one runs in the last at Cheltenham, Joe Hughes. I think off a marker 119. I've touched on form there with Celtic Dino the last day and split Celtic Dino and the Ollie Murphy horse. Name escapes me. Wade out was in third. She won on debut last year against Tutti Quanti. I think Nichols likes that horse a lot. He went on to win. Form is there from beating. She then came out and had a run. And I think maybe the step up and trip is going to help her. Celtic Dino just a bit quicker and sharper than her over 2 miles. A marker 119. I'd be dead shocked if she doesn't end up between 125 and 130. So I think she could have 6 to 10 pounds in hand at the moment, 6 to 10 pounds. And I just think she could take a bit of beating in that race.
Happy days. Boys, if you want to stay on and obviously continue through for the rest of the card, you're more than welcome to. It's just that I'm on a tight time frame and the dog needs seeing to. Unfortunately, the missus has left me in the lurch and gone to Paris. How selfish. So, I don't know what you boys want to do. If you want to carry on, you can obviously finish up and cover the last few races.
Yeah, it's up to the boys. I don't mind finishing up. Like, I think
I'll be let you go and watch the match, Jack. I'll go and watch Arsenal as well.
I don't think he'll let us anyway, Liam, because you've got the account. I think once you finish it, I think he'll let it go anyway.
Oh, I would have just removed myself from the thing and then just.
Oh, really? I can go and watch the match then as well. But instead of having the station on the telly, I'll have the match on the telly.
So in that case, lads, anything that caught your eye today with a view to Cheltenham, or anything that off the top of your head you think is worth people back in next time out, or any big takeaway from today? I know it's a bit
Madgeborough, big bad Madgeborough.
Arkle,
100%, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Sean?
I think we'll we'll do our review show as well. So Sean and Joe, if you want to jump on for the review show on Monday night,
count me in. I love that. Yeah,
we'll do it Monday night. I'm sure Andrew will jump on as well because he's missed today. So it gives us time then as well to go and have a proper look at any eye catchers. It's a bit hard now because it's race after race, so we don't really. We can't really just tell straight away. You need to go and watch the race back. But if he's free on Monday, lads, you can jump on Monday night if you want.
Yeah, I'd just say the one. I'd say the 1 to 2 that probably caught me eye, and I'm saying in terms of I don't really give up on them as winners. I'd say. Oh my God!
Winning.
Say that again.
Fulham just scored.
No way, jeez. But I was going to say the winner, the Venetia horse. I'd watch back that replay. I think that might have another big race in it. He was fairly snug on it. He only gave it a slap down the shoulder going halfway up the straight. I thought Madara was coming. Obviously, we were eyes on him. But I'd say he might have a bit under the belt. But there's a race later, just a bumper at in Ireland. There's 2 mares going up against each other there. Future Prospect and Swing Davis. They were absolutely swinging from the rooftops about Swing Davis down in Navan the last day. They thought that was going to win that bumper handsomely. So I think you might see 2 good bumper horses in the last of the day. So maybe horses to know for going forward is the bumper in Ireland.
And mares have had a decent record, in all fairness, given probably the winners to runners ratio. I reckon over the last few years, you had Fiona, and who was the other one that won it? There's another mare.
Relegate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say them too. I'd say the winner of that could be put away, and then you catch them at the Dublin Racing Festival. So you won't see them too often, but it's definitely a bumper you need to watch.
Happy days. Thanks for jumping on, boys. Obviously, Andrew was MIA. Obviously, family took priority, which is fair enough. But yeah, thanks for jumping on. Always good to chat with you, lads. And I will speak to you all Monday.
Good chat.
Cheers for watching all. See you soon.